And welcome inside the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite in the Don Constantini Multimedia Center at Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio, where the number 21 Youngstown State Penguins are getting set to host the number 16 Southern Illinois Salukis in a key late-season Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup. My name is Dre Smith. I'll be joined by my broadcast partner, former Youngstown State defensive end Kyle Searle, here in just a moment. Youngstown State, which is led by sixth-year head coach Doug Phillips, comes in at 5-4 overall and 2-3 in Missouri Valley Football Conference play after dropping a hard-fought 38-30 decision at number 1 North Dakota State last Saturday. The Penguins led in the second quarter before 2 NDSU touchdowns in 45 seconds put the Bison in front for the remainder of the game. YSU had 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, trailing by 8, but were ultimately not able to capitalize. The Gwins desperately need a win on their home field here today to remain in the hunt for their second FCS playoff appearance in the last 3 seasons. Junior dual threat quarterback Bo Brungard has solidified himself as one of the top offensive players in the FCS in 2025. The second-year starter and 2-time National Offensive Player of the Week leads all FCS players in total offensive yards, ranks second with 16 rushing touchdowns, fourth with 1,041 total rushing yards, and fifth with nearly 116 rushing yards per game. On the other side today, Southern Illinois is searching for its 3rd straight win after picking up a 27-7 victory at Murray State last week that improved the Salukis to 6-3 overall and 3-2 in Missouri Valley Football Conference contest. 10th-year head coach Nick Hill is a former SIU quarterback, one of their greats, and he has his alma mater in position to possibly earn its 4th playoff berth in the last 6 years. We will have the pleasure of watching not just one, but 2 of the top quarterbacks in the FCS here this afternoon, as the Southern Illinois offense features dual threat senior signal caller DJ Williams. And of course, YSU with Brungard leading the offense. Williams, the Murray State transfer, has thrown for more than 2,000 yards and 15 touchdowns while leading the Salukis with 569 yards and 13 scores on the ground after having his 2024 season cut short due to injury. Williams ranked second only to Bo Brungard in rushing touchdowns by FCS quarterbacks in 2025. As we are ready for today's opening kick, great to bring in my broadcast partner, defensive end, formerly here at YSU, Kyle Searle. Kyle, big game here today, no doubt. Big implications for both teams. We get ready to kick it off.
Absolutely, Dre. This is going to be an exciting Missouri Valley Football Conference game today.
It's going to be Josh Wilkins for the Penguins to send it away. And it's in the air, and we are ready to go. Underway from Stambaugh Stadium. The ball will go out of the end zone, touchback, and Southern Illinois will come out on offense. What do you see as the keys here today for each of these teams who desperately need wins to get themselves in good playoff position here, Kyle?
You know, it's going to be a wild game. These teams are virtually identical top to bottom. So who gets the ground game effectively working in their favor today? And then defensively, who's going to limit the other team's quarterback to as few opportunities to succeed as possible?
So this late flag there, offsides on the kickoff, so that'll add 5 yards for Southern Illinois as the Penguins are penalized. And we get our first look at the SIU offense, led by the senior dual threat quarterback from Harvey, Illinois, DJ Williams, who's thrown for over 2,000 yards, leads the Salukis with 569 rushing yards as well. He'll play action, gonna send it deep on the opening play of the game. Has his man in stride, making the catch is Jay Jones, and just like that, the Salukis with an explosive play to open things up.
That's the way to get the game started if you're Southern Ill.
Jay Jones having a great season, comes in 4 receiving touchdowns to lead SIU. That's his 29th catch of the season. He's over 400 yards on the year, and he sets up the Salukis first down just outside the 10-yard line. Ball will be placed at the 12. First down. Williams wasting no time displaying his talents as he shows the arm talent deep to one of his favorite targets, Jay Jones. Snap. Williams going to go. Has a man on the wheel route out of the backfield, and it's a touchdown into the hands of Edward Robinson, the sophomore running back from Cleveland, Ohio, back in his home state. And the Salukis strike first and strike quickly here in Youngstown.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
Robinson out of the backfield with the reception. He ran for over 100 yards on the ground in their win at Murray State last week and gets involved in the passing game. Williams starts 2 for 2. Just like that, the Salukis jump ahead. So Williams on the strike to Jones. Ends up being a 12-yard touchdown from Williams, of course, to Robinson out of the backfield. The completion to Jay Jones, 58 yards on the first play from scrimmage. And out to attempt the extra point for the Salukis is their place kicker and punter, handles both duties, Paul Gielen, a native of the Netherlands. Will look to make it 7-0 Southern Illinois. Operation is good, kick is through, and it's 7-0 Salukis to begin the game here. What a start for Nick Hill and his group, Kyle.
You said it. There's just need an answer from the Penguins here.
So Youngstown State will have to battle from behind here on their home court, or home field. Called basketball last night. I still got that in my head, Kyle. But what a start for the Salukis. DJ Williams shows why he's one of the top quarterbacks at the FCS level. Williams, a Murray State transfer. Penguins faced Murray State here at Stambaugh Stadium a couple weeks ago, and of course Southern Illinois got the win at Murray State last week against his old school. DJ Williams was the 2021 Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Year at Murray State. Threw for over 1,000 yards, over 500 rushing yards, and 10 total touchdowns his freshman year. Had his sophomore year ended early due to a knee injury. Returned to the starting role for the Racers in 2023 before transferring to Southern Illinois before last season, and had his season cut short due to an injury to his throwing hand in the third game for Southern Illinois a year ago. But if you're Nick Hill, excited to have him healthy throughout this season, and you see why. Big, quick strike offense gets the Salukis in front. Gielen will send it away. Back deep, Flash Wilson, one of the more dynamic return men in the nation, and he will be met at the 20-yard line and driven back. So Southern Illinois will take over on defense, and we'll see the YSU offense for the first time. And on the Penguin side of things, also one of the best quarterbacks in the country. It is Bo Brungard, the 6', 215-pound junior from New Middletown, Ohio. He's thrown for 2,082 yards, 14 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. And he's run for over 1,000 yards already in 9 games. 16 rushing touchdowns, ranked second in the country among all players and leads all quarterbacks at the FCS level. He will be in the pistol formation on first down from the 20 for the Penguins on their first possession. Handoff, Jaden Gilbert, and he is met immediately in the backfield.
Caden Reeves.
What a play.
Absolutely. Just, you can tell SIU has all the momentum right now, coming out full of energy early in this game.
Caden Reeves starts at that defensive tackle position with his brother Peyton Reeves. Peyton wears number 90, Caden wears 99. It was Caden meeting Gilbert for a loss on first down. Second and long for the Penguins, just underway here at Stambaugh Stadium. Salukis already up 7-0. Handoff, Gilbert has room to run, far side, gets up the sideline. Gilbert gonna speed his way toward midfield. A late marker, I believe, comes in from the back of the play. We will check that until, for now, it's a big run for Gilbert. We'll see if it stands.
Yeah, not sure what that was all about, Trey, but we'll...
Came in very late after Gilbert was already heading out of bounds. Max Tomczak with an enthusiastic clap.
Personal foul, blindside block, defense, number 49. 15 yards added to the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
So Southern Illinois, Max Bremer, the sophomore defensive tackle, is hit with a personal foul on the blindside block. And right there against Tomczak, as Tomczak was giving chase. So that will help out the Penguins.
Correction, 46 was the foul.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think that's 49. 46. So it was Andrew Bem, the linebacker, the senior. Anyway, it's now a good situation for the Penguins on offense. Brungard fakes to Gilbert. Now forced off of his spot. Here's where he's special. The dynamic Brungard going to sprint out far side and move the chains. Looked like nothing was there. And as he often does, makes a nice play out of something that looked like it might be a loss.
And yeah, and you can tell he's been doing this better and better as the season's gone on. He just gives what he just takes what the defense gives him. He doesn't try and do too much too early.
Brungard continues to improve and impress his second year as a starter. 22nd consecutive start at quarterback today for Bo Brungard. Drops back on first down. Pressure comes, off balance, finds Flash Wilson in the middle, and Wilson able to maneuver his way to the 15-yard line. Shy of a first down, but a very nice pickup on first down.
Bo keeping his composure, had hand in his face, just dumped it off to his safety valve there.
Flash Wilson, transfer from Slippery Rock at the Division II level, where he was one of the best receivers and kick return men at the Division II level, and now has brought a dynamic aspect to YSU's offense and special teams. 2nd and 1, Brungard with Ethan Wright now in the game at running back, the senior. They'll pitch it out to him. Wright cuts back, wrestled down near the sideline, but it's plenty enough for a first down. The Penguins will have a new set of downs as they march closer to trying to tie this game early in the first quarter. Ethan Wright, the senior from Akron, Ohio. Started his career at Cincinnati, where he played 32 games before becoming a Penguin prior to last year. Was a member of the the Missouri Valley Football Conference all-newcomer team a year ago before having his season cut short due to an Achilles injury. Missed the first 4 games this year due to that injury. Brungard now in an empty set on first down. Looks left, throws, near side. Wilson catches and into the end zone. Touchdown, YSU. Brungard to Wilson, and the Penguins answer. They're an extra point away from tying things up here early. Flash Wilson scores again, receiving touchdown number 4 this season for Kai Flash Wilson, the 5'9" junior from Farrell, Pennsylvania. Celebrates with the teammates. Matt Keeley, one thing we should mention today, the Penguins for the 2nd straight week have a sophomore, Matthew Keeley from Niles, Ohio, starting at center. Made his first career start in the Fargo Dome at North Dakota State last week. Did a tremendous job setting that group up front. Penguins tie it, 11:09 to go, first quarter. Both offenses explosive early. 7-7 here at Stambaugh Stadium. We'll be back with more first quarter action after this. Back here at Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio. Youngstown State and Southern Illinois tied at 7 with just over 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play in this crucial Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup. Both of these teams desperately needing a win to get themselves in better playoff position heading down the final weeks of this 2025 regular season. Wilkins sends it away for YSU. Fair catch made by Vincent Davis III near the 5-yard line. And Southern Illinois goes back to work on offense. It was quick, and explosive on the opening drive for Southern Illinois. A 58-yard connection from Williams to Jay Jones set him up, and then a 12-yard touchdown pass from Williams to Edward Robinson. Got Southern Illinois ahead 7-0, but the Penguins answer with a 6-play, 80-yard drive. Bo Brungard, 12-yard touchdown pass to Flash Wilson. And that is where we stand as Southern Illinois goes back to work with Williams at quarterback. DJ Williams in the shotgun. Brings Jay Jones in motion. And design quarterback run for Williams. Puts his foot in the ground. Cuts up near the 30-yard line. Brought down. Mike Wells, DJ Harrison on the tackle for the Penguins. Quickly to the line goes Southern Illinois as they will use some tempo here on their second drive of the game. Second down. Williams stands, wants to go deep again. Same target, it's Jones, and it's just off of his fingertips. Just out of his reach, as that was nearly identical to the deep connection on the first play of the game to Jay Jones.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts, Dre. This Penguin defensive line just needs to get some pass rush. DJ Williams had all day back there to throw.
You see that ball just off the hands of Jones. Jones has stepped into a bigger role after playing 8 games, made 2 starts for the Salukis a year ago. The senior, 6'4", 210 out of St. Louis, Missouri. Williams on 3rd and 6. Pressure comes on the blitz. Williams hangs in there, finds his man, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down marker. Williams did a good job to get it to Vincent Davis III, but the Penguins cut him down shy of the marker, and they'll force the punt for Southern Illinois.
Good blitz design right there. Well-timed call, too.
Second-year defensive coordinator John Hainline leads the YSU defense. Southern Illinois head coach Nick Hill is the play caller. Runs the offense for the Salukis. And now they will have to punt as Paul Gielen, the senior, send his right foot into the football. Down, and the punt is muffed by Tomczak and recovered by Southern Illinois. Those are the types of mistakes that the Penguins cannot afford, and either team can afford here today. We have a marker after the play. I think this might be a sideline situation against Southern Illinois just based on where it came in. We'll check the marker, but as it stands, Tomczak unable to field the punt by Gielen. It rolls away from him and is recovered by Southern Illinois.
The ruling on the field was that the ball was touched by the receiving team and recovered by the kicking team. First down, Southern Illinois. Sideline warning, Southern Illinois sideline. There is no yardage penalty for the first infraction.
So first sideline warning against the Salukis is what the marker was. No yardage associated, but a key mistake by the Penguins. Last week, Flash Wilson was unable to come up with a kickoff that was fumbled and recovered by North Dakota State that ended up being a key play in that game. And now Southern Illinois set up very nicely just outside the red zone. 1st and 10, a chance to take the lead after the Penguins were set to get it back after a defensive stop. Williams fakes to Robinson, keeps it, dives up middle of the field. Gonna be just outside the 10, maybe got to the 12. Second down, Salukis.
Yeah, after a mistake like that, Dre, you do put your defense in a bind, but you just really hope that, you know, they can at least walk away with holding them to 3 points here. 7 really hurts.
Youngstown State, as you mentioned, Kyle, would feel very good about forcing a field goal attempt here after giving the Salukis the ball in prime position here. Second down and 6. Williams looks confidently, throws too high, out of the reach of his intended receiver, which was one of his talented tight ends. That is Schwendeman, excuse me. Ryan Schwendeman, the 6'5" redshirt freshman from O'Fallon, Missouri. Unable to go up and get that one, even at 6'5". So now another 3rd down. Penguins were able to get the Salukis off the field on 3rd and 6 earlier in the drive and force that punt that was mishandled by the Penguins. And this would be a major win, as Kyle said, for the YSU defense. They can keep the Salukis out of the end zone after the turnover. Williams, and we're going to get movement here, I believe, prior to the snap, and it is going to go against the Salukis. They'll back them up.
False start, offense, number 67, 5-yard penalty, Third down.
You get the left tackle, Blaine Halley, 6'7", 300-pound sophomore from Atlanta, Illinois, who is whistled for the pre-snap infraction. So that makes things a little tougher here on third down and 11 for Southern Illinois. We mentioned Nick Hill runs the offense. He's one of the great SIU quarterbacks in their football history. He's a native son of Southern Illinois. He's led them to the playoffs 3 times in the last 5 seasons, including 3 wins in the playoffs. Third and 11 at the YSU 18-yard line. Trying to convert after the muff punt by the Penguins. Williams throws, has a man off the hands, couldn't bring it in. That was Fabian McCray, the senior wideout from Chicago, who couldn't reel it in. Incomplete. Fourth down, and it will be a field goal attempt, so the Penguin defense does their job. And Paul Geelan, the punter and kicker for the Salukis, will come out. He's been really good this year in both departments. As a place kicker, 9 of 10 kicking field goals, a long of 53. And from inside 40 yards, he's 8 of 8. Has been 3 of 4 from beyond 40 as well. And that one, no problem for Paul Geelan. He sends it through. 10-7 is the Southern Illinois lead. 9:04 to go, first quarter in Youngstown. In this key Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup. We'll be back with more after these messages.
You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Because we're the kind of people who look out for each other. Because we care about you, your success, and our future. Together, we are Youngstown State University. And now you know why.
Inspired design, ultra-quiet operation. To you, it's a bright evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
To make sure you and your home stay comfortable, contact Custom Comfort Systems at customcomfortsystems.net.
Hey, hey, here we go. Number 1, Cochran. Penguins, let's go. Number 1, Cochran.
Life gets hectic, but with Mercy Health, it's never been easier to stay engaged in your healthcare, your way, whether in person or virtually. For you and everyone that depends on you. Through MyChart, you can now schedule and get access to care. Whenever, wherever, and however you need it. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Connect with Mercy Health on the MyChart app.
Welcome back to the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite here at Stambaugh Stadium. Dre Smith, Kyle Searle, and our entire crew here with you as the Penguins and Salukis do battle in a crucial Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup here today. 10-7, Southern Illinois in front after a 36-yard field goal from Paul Geelan after the mishandled punt by the Penguins, as Max Tomczak could not field the punt after a stop by the YSU defense. The kickoff goes down to Gilbert, who makes the fair catch. And the Penguins will go to work on offense, now down by 3. YSU offense moved right down the field on their opening drive, just like Southern Illinois, as Brungard used a mix of run and pass and completed the drive, 12-yard pass to Flash Wilson to tie the game. As we mentioned up front for the Penguins, Desmil Lee highlights the group, the left tackle, preseason All-American from Kent, Ohio, making his 35th career start for the Penguins today. We'll talk about that line again after this play. Handoff, Gilbert, far side, gets out of a crowd. Good cut, falls forward beyond the 30. Good pickup of about 7 or 8 on first down for the sophomore running back from Elyria, Ohio, Jaden Gilbert. We talk about that line for the Penguins as YSU moves quickly. Isaac Perkins has started every game at left guard. Quick throw out near side, meanwhile to Flash Wilson. 3 defenders there, but it's enough for a first down, and they'll stop progress there. Talked about Perkins, the Colgate transfer at left guard, Columbus native. Van Keen has been the normal starter at center. He misses his 2nd straight game today. The sophomore Matthew Keeley starts in his place again today. Here's Brungard on 1st and 10. Directing traffic, has open field in front of him as he tucks it and looks for more yardage. Now down inside the 35, and it's a first down in SIU territory for the Penguins on the move once again. Now Mike Yursich, the first-year offensive coordinator, wants to go tempo. We've seen that at different points throughout this season for Youngstown State. They will use the quick game. Brungard, hesitation, puts his head down, and gets to about the 31. Set up 2nd down for Youngstown State offensively.
Yeah, design quarterback draw there. And it's like you said, Dre, the tempo here is keeping SIU on the field, getting them tired real quick.
Joseph Farah, as we continue our thought on that, complete our thought on the offensive line. Joseph Farah, the big right guard from nearby Boardman, Ohio, back in there making his 9th start of the season. And at right tackle today is Nick Nielsen, the sophomore, in place of Shane Keenan. Brungard over the middle, looks, has a man, but out of the reach of Max Tomczak. Is he just unable to track that down as the ball sails out the back of the end zone. And the Penguins will need to convert 3rd down and 7 with 7:05 to go in the first quarter, trailing by 3. Rest of the offense for Youngstown State. We've talked at length about Bo Brungard at quarterback. Wide receivers, Flash Wilson. Max Tomczak is the All-American of the group. All-time leader in receptions at Youngstown State with 204. Broke Jim Ferrani's record that had stood since 1979. He's as good as they get at the FCS level. And you also see Luke Hensley out there. And Ethan Wright is in the game at tailback. You'll see a lot of him with Jaden Gilbert. And a timeout here taken by Youngstown
Delay
State.
of game.
I'm seeing timeout.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout. Youngstown State, their first of the half.
All right, with that, we
It'll
will
be a
take
full media timeout.
We'll take a timeout as well. 7:05 to go first quarter. It's 10-7 Southern Illinois. Penguins on the move when we come back on the Penguin Sports Network. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter at Stambaugh Stadium. Youngstown State facing 3rd and 7 at the Southern Illinois 31-yard line. Trying to stay on the move and either tie or take the lead, trailing by 3 here in the first quarter to the number 16 ranked Southern Illinois Salukis. Brungard, empty set, takes the snap, fires. Tom Zach is out there, can't get it as it's just out of his reach as he was covered on the play by Gavin Shepard, the redshirt freshman cornerback. And it'll be 4th down, and out comes Andrew Listofka for a long field goal. Listofka, another strong performance out at North Dakota State last week as he was 3 for 3 kicking field goals, made kicks of 47, 49, and 42. This will be about a 48-yarder if I'm adding that up right. It'll be Floyd to snap, Kilpatrick to hold. Kick on the way, and it sails near side, wide left. No good as Listofka unable to connect, and the lead will remain 3 for Southern Illinois with 6:53 to go in our first quarter.
And this is where the YSU defense needs to just settle down. You've had 2 good series against this offense after the opening drive. So just go out there, get the offense the ball back, and settle in.
So the kick no good from 49 yards out by Listofka, who's been so consistent and dependable for the Penguins. Came into today's game 13 of 15 on the season. It was 5 of 6 from beyond 40 yards. That one won't go, and now we see DJ Williams and the Saluki offense back to work, leading by 3. Throw inside, breaking route is caught by Fabian McCray, the senior from Chicago. Intermediate gain, it'll be 2nd down and 5 or 6 for the Salukis. No huddle. Williams brings him into formation. McCray crosses the formation in motion to the near side. Williams gonna drop it underneath. Has his tight end right near the sticks. And it'll be
Dane Hodge.
Just enough to move the chains. On the receiving end for Southern Illinois was Aiden Quinn, the senior tight end from Greenbrier, Tennessee. He's played in over 50 games in Southern Illinois uniform now. And it moves the chains. 1st down for SIU. DJ Williams alone in the shotgun, brings his running back, Edward Robinson, into the play, takes the handoff on the jet motion, and a good gain on 1st down as Southern Illinois in a good rhythm here on offense, looking to add to their lead.
Interesting play design there. You have the guards and the tackle pulling one way, and you have the jet sweep taking it the other way. A little bit of misdirection there.
Nick Hill, definitely a creative offensive mind, running this offense for his alma mater. As a senior in 2007 for the Salukis, he led SIU to the FCS semifinals. Played 6 seasons of pro ball, primarily in the Arena Football League. Williams going to keep it on a design quarterback run here on 2nd down, and he will spin to midfield where he is brought to the turf, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Southern Illinois. Hard to believe Nick Hill now in his 10th season as the head coach at SIU. He was the quarterback's coach in 2014, took over as the offensive coordinator the next season, and then was elevated to head coach in 2016, where he's been ever since. Has a record of 54 and 59 leading his alma mater, but again, 3 playoff appearances in the last 5 years, including 3 wins in the playoffs. Williams, play action, has a man wide open, making the catch, almost losing it, and then securing it and getting brought down. Are they signaling touchdown? They are. The Salukis get in again. And a big play on a little wheel route to Schwendemy, the tight end out of O'Fallon, Missouri. And Southern Illinois can extend the lead with an extra point. Williams has been impressive, to say the least, here in this opening quarter for the Salukis. Just looks in complete control playing the quarterback position.
After a quick replay review, ruling on the field, or the ruling is the player was down at the 1 yard line. 1st down, Southern Illinois.
Just watching it live, I thought they were going to mark him at the 1. I was kind of surprised to see the touchdown signal as you see that knee was down, but good job by the replay crew to get on that quickly so we don't have to break action. We kind of keep the game moving, get that call asserted and made quickly. That's been a nice development in the game of football over the past couple of years to see that quick review process to kind of limit the amount of stoppage timeouts there are. Kills the flow of the game at times. So now Southern Illinois brings their offense back out, and they will have to go 1 more yard. As the game now still remains 10-7. Southern Illinois will look to punch it in and possibly go up by 10. Williams, quarterback run, easily into the end zone, and Southern Illinois now takes a 9-point lead, pending the extra point from Geelan. DJ Williams with his 14th rushing touchdown of the season. Trails only Bo Brungard of YSU in that department amongst quarterbacks in the FCS. Geelan will come on to add the point after. DJ Williams, 4 games this year with multiple rushing touchdowns. We talked about Bo Brungard being a 2-time National Offensive Player of the Week. Williams also earned that honor earlier this season. Geelan adds the extra point, and the lead for Southern Illinois swells to 10. 17-7 Salukis with 4:10 left to go in our opening quarter here at Stambaugh Stadium. So the Penguins now need an answer from Bo Brungard in the offense. Brungard on the year. 2-time National Offensive Player of the Week. Came into today's game with over 2,100 career rushing yards, which ranked him 15th among all active FCS players. They're going to need him to do some magic here as they trail by 10 with just over 4 to go in our first quarter. A lot of football to be played. That's one thing about these games. Ebbs and flows.
Yeah, you're right, Dre. And this Penguin team always shows up for 4 quarters.
It's been a mark of Doug Phillips' tenure. This is a team that does not give up. He talks a lot about how games take on different lives. There's different momentum swings. There's different challenges, adversity you face in games. And being able to kind of stay the course and stay in a game is so important. And they've continued to do that. And we'll have to do it again here today. Geelan gets ready to send it away for Southern Illinois. Flash Wilson will field it at the 1-yard line and bring it out. Wilson lost his footing, keeps his balance, and falls out to the 24-yard line. And that is where Brungard and Youngstown State will look to answer and draw closer on offense.
And you know, Dre, I don't expect this game to be anything less than exciting at some point, because these two teams always have interesting battles throughout the years. And just, you look at last year, the 28-point comeback from Southern Ill, and then the year before that, you know, the Penguins just running away with it. So good rivalry here.
This has been a great series, there's no doubt. Brungard on first down for the Penguins, going to throw it underneath to right out of the backfield, check down. Gain of about 5 on first down. Talk about this series. YSU leads the all-time series with Southern Illinois. 20 wins, 15 losses, 1 tie from the Penguins' perspective. YSU has really had the Salukis number here in Youngstown. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings at Stambaugh Stadium, including a 31-3 victory 2 years ago, as Kyle mentioned. Handoff, Ethan Wright, the senior, cut down near side after a short gain. A nice tackle coming up from his cornerback position, Jeremiah McClendon, the senior from Delray Beach, Florida. 3rd down and 4 for Youngstown State here, approaching the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
You know, these 3rd and shorts, you really have the whole playbook open, especially when you have a guy like Bo back there, you know.
Tom Zach comes in motion, and now a timeout called.
Timeout. Southern Illinois, their first of the half. 30 seconds.
So SIU didn't like what they were seeing there on that third down, decided to take a timeout. Defensive coordinator Lee Prunchinsky running the defense for SIU. His first year as the DC. He previously served as the safeties coach for SIU last season. And also spent time as a defensive assistant at North Dakota State in the Valley. As part of their 2021 FCS title team. Going to regroup the Salukis defense here on third down from the 28-yard line. Penguins offense, as we talked about earlier, led by first-year offensive coordinator Mike Yursich. Previously served as the play caller at Oklahoma State, Texas, and Penn State. Has added a lot of dimensions, a lot of multiplicity to this offense for Youngstown State. And with Brungard running the show, it has been very dynamic at times. You need a good play call here, a good design on 3rd and 5 from the 28. Penguins desperately need to stay on the field, trailing by 10 here in the opening quarter. Brungard takes the snap, surveys the field, has time, great protection into the middle, pass secured by Mike Solomon. A good throw into traffic and a good catch by Solomon to hold on to it after contact. Solomon, another Slippery Rock transfer from the Division II level where he was highly productive for the Rock. He's had a nice season for the Penguins there thus far as well. It's a 16th catch for Solomon this season. Senior, 6'3", 210 out of Huntington, Maryland. On 1st and 10, after a big third down conversion, a handoff to Flash Wilson, who lines up in the backfield. And he will be brought down. Gain of about 3 on 1st down. The dimension Wilson adds. He can take it on the handoff, sort of serve as a running back, also plays the slot receiver position as well. Last week at North Dakota State, Wilson just had 2 catches for 6 yards, but he ran the ball 6 times for 49 yards and also had 115 yards on 4 kickoff returns. 2nd and 7, Wilson comes in motion for YSU. Motions into the backfield. Handoff goes to Gilbert, the running back. Physical run. Falls forward for a handful of yards, and it's going to be another 3rd and short for the YSU offense. Penguins on the season converting 3rd downs at a 43% clip. Mike Yursich's offense scoring almost 34 points a game this season. 438 total yards a game. Balanced, almost 196 rushing. 242 passing per game. Need another conversion here on 3rd and 3 from the 44. Excuse me, the 47. Brungard takes the snap. They go to their best player as they put it in Brungard's hands. Let him run it, do what he does best, and he moves the chains into SIU territory.
Yeah, on a 3rd and short, that's just tough. You're expecting pass. It could be a run. When you got a guy like Bo, you know, everyone's accounted for on the defense except for the quarterback, and then he's the one with the ball. So
Brungard, so comfortable with that ball in his hands. Son of former national championship quarterback Mark Brungard here at YSU. Gonna unlaunch it. Flash Wilson goes up, and he's got it. Touchdown YSU. What a throw, what a catch by Flash Wilson, as he reels it in over top of a defender, and the Penguins have recaptured some momentum as they strike on a deep connection from Brungard to Flash Wilson.
And that's absolutely Bo trusting the play call, trusting his receiver to go up and get it, because he had all the green grass in the world to run that, but it wouldn't have ended in a touchdown. So good job for Bo, trusting his guys.
Flash Wilson. I didn't want to make the touchdown call because I wanted to make sure he brought it in. That was a heck of an effort from the junior from Farrell, Pennsylvania, Kai Flash Wilson. I think they're just confirming with the replay booth, but I didn't see anything on the replay that told me that would be incomplete.
The result of the play is a touchdown. The previous play is under further review. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 1. That penalty will be enforced after review.
All right, so let's unpack that. All right, so it's a touchdown called on the field. We're going to review it just to make sure. Again, I didn't see anything, but I've been wrong before. And then we get unsportsmanlike conduct on Flash Wilson following the touchdown. So that's where we stand now. We'll go to review and see if this stands. I think it will, but I am not an expert on replay review, just so everyone knows out there watching at home. 17-13 at the moment after the touchdown pass from Bo Brungard to Flash Wilson. 46 yards if it stands.
And you know, Dre, I'm not exactly sure what the celebration rule is anymore. I feel like it changes year to year, but I don't know. It looked like he spiked the ball. I don't know if that's a penalty or not anymore.
Flash is very electric, and he is so quick. And what ball skills to go up and make that catch over a defender. I mean, it seemed when he had to come back to it, it seemed like it was going to be a really tough play, and for him to go up over the top of the defender's head and make that play, that's an impressive performance from Flash Wilson, who's been a dynamic transfer for YSU, a big impact player coming in from Slippery Rock. And now we find out if his 46-yard touchdown catch in the end zone stands as they continue to review the play. I'm just a little perplexed at it. But here's the call.
After review, the pass was incomplete. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Youngstown State, number 1. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. That is number 1's first unsportsmanlike towards disqualification, or ejection, excuse me.
Like I said, I've been wrong before, I'm wrong again. Let's look at it. I mean, he's got his arm under it. I'm not going to provide my opinion on that one.
Yeah, that's just...
I'm not going to provide my opinion on that because we're not here for opinion, Kyle. We're here to call the game, so let's move on. As we reset, unbelievable they took that off the board. I mean, that's tough. That shocks me.
I'm just surprised there was enough there to.
That's where I'm shocked.
It was called one way.
That's where I'm shocked. But
so
we move on. So a 46-yard touchdown pass that could have been from Bo Brungard to Flash Wilson. We go to every inch of the camera and see that it's incomplete apparently. And now the Penguins will have to regroup. That's a tough momentum killer. You think you got a 46-yard touchdown pass, and now you get a personal foul after, and you're backed up, second and forever.
Yep.
Brungard takes the snap, run off the spot, and he's sacked. Making the play for Southern Illinois was Vontrell Chaze, the senior defensive end from Chicago. Great effort from him. That's his team-high 5th sack of the season for the Salukis. And this game has shifted on one call in a big way.
I told you it was going to be everything but an ordinary game, Dre.
Still perplexed, but that'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at Stambaugh Stadium. A 46-yard touchdown pass wiped off the board. Kills the momentum for Youngstown State. Southern Illinois has it back. They lead 17-7. We'll be back with more first half action after this. So here's a closer look as we get a look at that play that was overturned. And it does look like it hit the ground. If that's the letter of the law, then I guess it's incomplete. We move on. Incomplete. Ethan Wright with the ball for the Penguins on third and forever. He will have a nice physical run to try and get the Penguins in better punting position. And that's where Brendan Kilpatrick will come out and send it away. So it was 17-7 where we stand now when the Penguins threw a deep pass to Flash Wilson. 46 yards, was called a touchdown on the field, went to review, overturned, incomplete after the look that we showed you. And again, Kyle, I'm going to make this statement. I don't really know what a catch is anymore. I mean, because I see games where the ball touches the ground. But
I was just going to say, very reminiscent of the Des Bryant. Is it a catch? Is it not a catch?
What a famous play, right?
You know.
All right, so the punt by Kilpatrick sends the return man, Tay Mario Jr. back. Fair catch made. We'll go to a timeout. 14:20 left to go, second quarter here in Youngstown. Salukis in control at the moment, 17-7.
Life's best moments are meant to be lived. At Southwoods Health, we're dedicated to keeping you on the move so you can enjoy every step of life's journey. Our network of orthopedic specialists treat a variety of conditions, offering innovative solutions and the latest minimally invasive procedures, including interior approach hip replacement and robotic-assisted surgery. Whether you've suffered a recent injury or your body is just wearing down, let our team care for you. Southwoods Health. It's not just about the treatment, but how you're treated.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Tired of waiting hours at your pharmacy for your prescription to be filled? Then come to Hometown Pharmacy, where your prescription will be filled in 15 minutes or less. That's right, 15 minutes or less. Hometown is a family-owned pharmacy with 15 convenient locations across Eastern Ohio and Western PA. For the past 24 years, we have been satisfying one patient at a time. If you're not already at Hometown, what are you waiting for?
Come to Hometown.
Come to Hometown.
Come to Hometown Pharmacy.
We're proud to be part of your neighborhood.
This season, one name is taking the field undefeated. Honda, an unmatched team of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs with a full roster of KBB.com stats. Best overall brand, best performance brand, and best value brand. Honda has unrivaled reliability, safety, and technology at an unbeatable value with a first-string lineup of the best cars for the money by U.S. News and World Report to drive the undefeated name year after year. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Southern Illinois goes back to work on offense, leading 17-7. Early part of our second quarter, handoff, and Mike Wells is all over it. Big loss in the backfield as Mike Wells meets the ball carrier. On the carry was Chapman, one of the variety of tailbacks that share the work for Southern Illinois. Chandler Chapman, the junior from Bay St. Louis, Missouri. Wells drives him back.
You know, we talk about Flash Wilson on the offensive side of the ball. Mike Wells is the Swiss Army knife to this defense, playing on the line in a three-point stance, rotating back to the linebacker position. Just a guy that is dangerous for the Penguins there.
Good to see him out there. He got shaken up at North Dakota State last week, and Southern Illinois goes back to the air. Completion to Jay Jones, far sideline, and then he skirts up the sideline for a big gain. DJ Williams in complete control of the Southern Illinois offense right now. Just looks comfortable and composed. Finds Jones on a nice outbreaking route. First down, SIU. As Williams, check his numbers here in the early going. 7 of 10, 160 yards, a touchdown for the senior signal caller from Harvey, Illinois. Ball at the 38. Williams hesitates, fakes the run, now throws, and it's knocked away. Dane Hodge in coverage. Pass intended for the leading receiver for the Salukis, Vincent Davis III. Second down and long. Williams, his favorite target thus far has been Jay Jones, 2 catches, 86 yards. Robinson had a 12-yard touchdown catch as well. out of the backfield. Statistically, Southern Illinois, 173 yards total thus far. Penguins with 140 of their own. 2nd and 10 from the 38, movement up front. And this will drive Southern Illinois back 5 yards.
Blaine Haley over there at left tackle.
He was the guilty party on a movement penalty earlier. We'll see as the crew comes together. YSU, of course, was celebrating like it was going against SIU, but we'll see.
Ball start, offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, could have got a couple guys there. The number was Derek Harden, the right guard, who's the veteran member of that offensive line for Southern Illinois. They feature Blaine Howley, sophomore at left tackle, Aiden Logan, a senior at left guard. Noah Finsky is the senior center. Derek Harden has made over 20 starts, senior right guard, and Cameron Dye is the senior right tackle for SIU. Motion, Williams on a little wide receiver screen play. They find Vincent Davis the third, and he's back near the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for SIU here as the Penguins desperately need to get off the field defensively. Southern Illinois thus far on 3rd down, 1 of 3. On the season, the Salukis converting 3rd downs at an impressive 49% clip. See what Nick Hill dials up here. Leading by 10 here. Could be a safe call. We'll see how aggressive. They will go to the air. Williams hits his back foot, throws for Davis, and he brought it in on the sideline. Drug the feet for a big 3rd down conversion. 1st down, Salukis.
Great route by Davis. I mean, he just knew where the 1st down was. Broke his route off. Made sure he was in 1st down territory when he caught that ball.
Davis leads the Salukis coming into today's game with 45 catches, 663 yards, ranks 4th in the Valley in receiving yards. Almost 15 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. A transfer from Charleston Southern is Vincent Davis. He's getting some attention on the sideline currently. Keep an eye on that as he's shaken up after that play. One of the key offensive playmakers for SIU. Williams, play action, high throw, and tough to overthrow the 6'4" Jay Jones, but that one was way up the ladder. Jones couldn't reel it in. It falls incomplete. Ball at midfield. 11:40, 2nd quarter, in a game that has been quite entertaining and back and forth. Some momentum swings, some replays that have taken some that took a touchdown off the board, a mishandled punt. Been eventful here in the 1st quarter in a few minutes. Williams over the middle, and that pass was behind the intended receiver, Tay Mario Jr., the senior from Louisville. And it falls to the turf, and now Southern Illinois will have to convert another 3rd down and long. Vincent Davis III, who I mentioned was shaken up, returns to the field on this 3rd down play. Southern Illinois also has Jacob Katauskis, the redshirt freshman, in at left guard. 3 receivers to the near side of the formation for Williams, who's all alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side in a 5-wide formation. Williams, here's where he's dangerous. Play breaks down, breaking tackles, cuts away from defenders, still running near the 25 and out of bounds. And DJ Williams, the definition of dual threat, goes to the ground on 3rd and 10 and keeps the drive alive for his team.
That is a backbreaker, and you know, you would think that this Penguins defense has seen it in practice with Bo from time to time. You know, doesn't seem like this defense has an answer right now. They just got to settle in.
Talk about YSU's offense that scores over 33 points a game. This Southern Illinois offense also a high-powered group, as we've seen. They score almost 35 points a game, almost 435 total yards per contest. Play action. Williams Wide open in the end zone is Vincent Davis III, and it's an easy touchdown for the Salukis, who are in complete control early in the second quarter here at Stambaugh Stadium. And the momentum, just YSU thought they had a touchdown to Flash Wilson. It gets taken off the board, and Penguins have not been able to recover from that momentum shift since. And Vincent Davis III with his 4th receiving touchdown of the season. Touchdown pass number 17 for DJ Williams. And Geelan on to try and make it a 17-point lead. The kick is good, and we will take a timeout with 10:47 remaining, second quarter in Youngstown. Southern Illinois leading in this key MVFC matchup 24-7. We'll be back with more first half football after this on the Penguin Sports Network. Tonight's first half of action is presented by Sweat House in Boardman. Enjoy 60 minutes in a luxury private suite equipped with your own infrared sauna, cold plunge, and vitamin C shower. Show your game ticket to receive 50% off your first visit. That's Sweat House in the shops at Boardman Park. Here at Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, the YSU football team now finds themselves in a tough spot, down 24-7. Just under 11 to go, second quarter, as Southern Illinois has seized control. Kickoff from Geelan goes through the end zone, and Bo Brungard and the YSU offense will go back to work. Now in a hole, down 17, but a lot of football to be played. Talked about last year, you know, this series, the Penguins led 28-0 last year in Carbondale at Southern Illinois and ended up losing that game 37-33. It was the largest comeback in SIU program history. So this game is far from over. A lot of football to be played. The Penguins are going to need to capture some momentum, get back on the board here. Brungard will bring Flash Wilson in motion on first down. Fakes it to Wilson, keeps it, and is bottled up. Got back to the line of scrimmage, if anything, on first down.
You know, Jay, we'll have to have Trevor get us some stats. I think when Kurt and I were playing in 2013, I think that YSU Penguins team had the largest fourth quarter comeback against SIU. So, I mean, we've traded some historic comebacks against each other.
And we know in this valley, Missouri Valley Football Conference, These teams are very close, capable, and the game's never over. Here's a throw out. Gilbert has a lot of room, gets up near midfield. A nice play design, good blocking out there. Got the offensive line out in front. And an injured Saluki on the far sideline will be attended to.
Timeout. Official timeout for an injured defensive player.
See Gilbert go up the sideline, and with the timeout, the injury on the field, we'll take a timeout. 10:07 left to go, second quarter.
This will be a full media
Saluki's
timeout.
24, Penguins 7, YSU on the move when we come back.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
Go with golf!
Some things don't start with you, they live through you. In my family, the field runs deep. In theirs, it's heating and cooling. Built by fathers, carried by sons. Not just names, but legacies. 70 years of showing up, not to make history, but to honor it.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here.
Okay, nice.
But what if... Covered. Nice. But what if... All set. But what if... Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense. Nice.
Ask Jem Young Insurance in Canfield if auto owners make sense for you.
Whether you've set personal goals or are just making your health and well-being a priority, NovaCare is here for you. NovaCare is your trusted physical therapy partner for recovering from aches and pains, gaining strength, and preventing injury. There's no better time to make NovaCare's movement experts part of your healthcare team. To learn more about the benefits of physical therapy and get on the road to recovery and wellness, schedule an appointment today at novacare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
Dre Smith, Kyle Searle, and our entire crew back with you here at Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio. YSU on offense, trailing 24-7. Handoff up the middle. Jaden Gilbert skirts out of a crowd. Good pickup. And it'll be second and short as Gilbert has provided the Penguins a spark here on this drive as they desperately look to answer Southern Illinois, who has grabbed control here in this first half.
It's good to see the Penguins haven't completely abandoned the run here when you're down 17 plus points. Just keep chipping away.
Brungard in the shotgun, 2nd and 1 into Southern Illinois territory now. Fakes it to Gilbert, spins it, drops. Now we'll look to run. Marker might get a holding call here against Youngstown State as Brungard gets upfield. First down as it stands, but it looks like they're going to bring this one back. As the YSU offense makes the slow, sad trot back after the run. So the officials will talk through it. Likely will set up 2nd and very long, or longer for the Penguins. See where the call is and where they mark it.
Holding, offense, number 78, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's the preseason All-American, the All-Conference left tackle Desmil Lee, who gets called there, working against Donnie Wingate, the talented defensive end for Southern Illinois. So that'll back up YSU, 2nd and 11 now, back into their own territory. We'll see Luke Hensley out wide, near side in the middle, flanked by Jaden Gilbert and Max Tomczak. The tight end McDonald on the far side in the slot. And another player out wide. Brungard this time throws. Hensley's open, good route, good ball. And he's upfield down near the 30 and an easy first down pickup. Luke Hensley, a dependable veteran. Had a nice game at North Dakota State last week. Three catches, 49 yards. Makes a big catch there. Brungard Fakes the quarterback run. Fires. Hensley again. Did he get it? They're going to say, they're going to have a conversation. I believe he did. And he brought it in. No clear call from our officials, but we move it to the 5-yard line. First down, Youngstown State. Be nice to get a brought it in call, but
yeah, I agree
nonetheless,
with you, it looked like from up here that he had it, but I'm not on the
nice
field.
to let everybody know, but regardless, we move first and 10, first and goal, I should say, at the 5 as Brungard finds Hensley on back-to-back plays. Hensley, the senior from Medina, Ohio, gets the Penguins knocking on the door here, looking to answer with over 8 to go second quarter. Brungard, they put it in his hands. Dances and gets into the end zone, but we got a marker again. We see multiple markers down, and now we got to check this because Brungard goes in, but not just yet. Penguins are celebrating, saying it's going against Southern Illinois, but we will wait for the official call before we make any determinations. Officials look like they're going over to talk with Doug Phillips, which is a good sign for YSU fans.
The kicking team's coming
and
out.
Listofka ready, so we'll get the call.
The result of the play is a touchdown. During the play, personal foul, face mask, defense, number 33. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
To the face mask against Southern Illinois. Touchdown stands. Bo Brungard's in. And Brungard with rushing touchdown number 17 on the season. Leads all quarterbacks in the FCS. Second amongst all players. Listofka adds the extra point, and the Penguins are back within 10. 24-14 now is the Southern Illinois lead. Just over 8 minutes to go in our second quarter as Bo Brungard finds the end zone from 5 yards out to stop the 17-point barrage from Southern Illinois as they built the 24-7 lead before that answer. See Brungard, so shifty, great vision.
Very patient back there, very patient runner.
Lets his blocks develop, lets his blockers get to the next level, really good at reading the blockers in front of him. Now the Penguins get a stop. Got a chance to get right back in this. Down 10, Southern Illinois will have Vincent Davis III back deep along the goal line. And it'll be Josh Wilkins to send it away for Youngstown State. As the Penguins will kick this one away from midfield after the personal foul face mask against Southern Illinois on the touchdown run by Brungard. Wilkins will squib it. Goes off the hands of the up man and then wisely just grabbed and secured by a Saluki. Wearing number 32 for the Salukis. That is Jimmy Athens, the junior running back. He's a special teams specialist for the Salukis. And now DJ Williams, who's been quite impressive here in this first half. You know, a lot of hype around Bo Brungard. There should be a lot of hype around DJ Williams as well, as there is, I'm sure, in Carbondale and around the country, because he's 10 of 16 passing, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also 40 yards and a touchdown on the ground. And he's just been very calm, collected, looks in control, and he will go back to work here, first and 10. 8:05 to go, second quarter. Salukis up by 10 with the football. Play action to Chapman. Williams, wide open man over the middle. That's McCray. Fabian McCray gets down past the 35-yard line. And it's just smooth operating right now for SIU on offense.
Very comfortable in the pocket. Very, limited to no pressure on him today.
That's a great point, Kyle. That offensive line up front has kept him very clean throughout this football game. Halley, Katauskis, Finsky, Harden Jr., and Dye have done a tremendous job protecting. Handoff. Nice physical run. DJ Harris took the brunt of the run by Chapman. Chandler Chapman, the junior transfer from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Gain of 4 on first down, 2nd and 6 from the 40. Quick throw out to Chapman, and Dathan Hickey with an immediate tackle as he brings him to the turf quickly. Hickey, good to have him back the last couple weeks for the Penguins defensively. The transfer from Yale, who was the National Defensive Player of the Week after the win against Mercyhurst in the season opener. Hickey had a couple interceptions, a forced fumble recovery. Played his first game in over 700 days in that season opener. It's been a nice pickup. It's a transfer from Yale. Played in over 30 career games now at the college level. Williams on 3rd and 4. Big play here. Throws, knocked away into a crowd, and Dane Hodge breaks it up. The Tulsa transfer, who's been a key addition for the Penguins, knocks that away from the intended receiver, Schwendeman. And the Penguins with a huge stop on defense to get it back.
Yeah, that's a big stop. Especially, we were just talking about Schwenderman off air there. Big tight end. Creates a lot of mismatch.
Dane Hodge, another impact play defensively for YSU. A senior from Rock Island, Illinois, who played 28 games for Tulsa prior to becoming a Penguin this year. Geelan, who handles the punting and kicking duties for the Salukis, will send it away, and that ball jumps off his foot. And Max Tomczak secures it at the 15-yard line. And the Penguins back on offense with 6:24 to go until halftime, and a chance to draw closer here after trailing by 17. So now Brungar, let's check his numbers so far. 8 of 11 passing, 116 yards, 1 touchdown, and he also has 7 carries for 44 yards and a score. Team-wise, Penguins with 264 total yards, or excuse me, 225, 264 for Southern Illinois. 1st and 10 from the 15. Brungard sends Flash Wilson over to the far side in the slot. Alex McDonald, the tight end, flexes out into the slot near side. Ethan Wright is the tailback on the right hip of Brungard. Looks far side, has Wilson open, makes the catch, slips, lost his footing. Couldn't get upfield to gain more yardage, but decent pickup on 1st down for the Penguins. They will jump into some tempo here. Mike Solomon in the game, near side, wide of the formation. Tomczak is the wide receiver far side with Flash Wilson joining him. And McDonald, the tight end, will shift in tight while Wilson comes near side, slot to the right of Brungard. Ethan Wright takes the handoff. Tripped up, out past, and then they'll mark him right at the 25-yard line. And that will be enough for a YSU 1st down. So Wright with an effective carry will move the chains here. Under 5.5 now to go to the intermission. Brungard all alone in the shotgun with 5 wideouts. Takes the snap, quick throw. They get it into the hands of Fresh Walters, who battles through a crowd of white jerseys.
First time we're seeing Fresh today.
Walters, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College, makes his 8th catch of the season. Threw a touchdown pass a couple weeks ago to Bo Brungard on that trick play against Murray State. Multi-talented Fresh Walters. Bo Brungard is your receiving touchdown, rushing touchdowns, anything you need, Kyle, from Mr. Brungard. 2nd down and 6 as he looks to keep his offense moving. He will keep it, and Southern Illinois does a nice job containing him near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a great play by number 5 there. Sajai Parsons.
Yeah, Parson in there. Parson, the senior safety from Memphis, Tennessee. A good back end for Southern Illinois. They've forced 15 turnovers coming in to today's game, which ranks 15th in the FCS. They have 9 interceptions as a secondary as well, which ranks tied for 14th in the country. It's Pierre Jr. and Parson in the back end. who hold it down. 3rd and 5. Throw to Wilson. I think that's going to be just short. See where they got a generous spot, I feel like, but it will be short, I believe. 4th down, and short, are they going to move them?
They're
moving them.
The sticks.
Okay.
They're moving the sticks. I think
a
that
little
was very generous.
I didn't think he got there, but today's been an interesting day nonetheless, so we'll keep it moving. 1st and 10 at the 35. Brungard as they complete it to Wilson to keep the drive alive. Wilson in motion. Hand off to right. Brungard, little throw out on a little speed option type play, and Wilson nearly broke it loose as he gets upfield. Chris Presto, the linebacker, made a saving tackle, but Brungard on like an option play, but he threw it out. Don't see that a lot.
It was a RPO.
Okay.
You have a read option off the front end. There's like 4 plays built into one. It's absolutely phenomenal when you can pull it off like that.
There was a lot there for sure.
The previous play is under further review.
All right.
I think
So
they're going to
might
review if he was beyond the line of scrimmage. Illegal.
Yeah, forward pass, legal forward pass. Yep,
but it looked like even then he threw it behind him. Well,
yeah, worth a look.
There's a lot to look at.
that was Mike Yersey's got a lot of things happening there. That looks like a backwards pass.
It would be backwards
but
regardless.
Yeah. So, okay. So we think that we will not have a change in the result here, but we'll wait and see. 3:04 to go. Gives us a chance to let you know that if you're looking for the best selection of officially licensed Penguins apparel and gifts, make sure to make the YSU bookstore your first stop. It's located at the corner of 5th and Lincoln Avenues on the YSU campus. The bookstore has all the top brands, and it's open 6 days a week, including game days. You can also go online, shop the YSU bookstore at ysu.bncollege.com, ysu.bncollege.com to find more. It's been a very back and forth game. Southern Illinois jumped up 7-0 on a 2-play drive to open the game. A 58-yard connection on the very first play from DJ Williams to Jay Jones. Set up the Salukis nicely. They scored on the next play. Penguins answered with a 6-play drive, 12-yard touchdown pass from Brungard to Flash Wilson tied the game at 7. And then the next 17 points were scored by the Salukis. Penguins thought they had a touchdown to make it 17-14, but the 46-yard connection between...
After review, illegal forward pass. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty from the 37-yard line and loss of down. 2nd down.
Looks like the YSU off sideline is just in bewilderment.
Very interesting.
Doug Phillips is confused. So we'll take a look. Again, I'm out of the business of just analyzing calls. I don't know.
It's definitely
It's
beyond
tough.
it's definitely beyond the line that.
Yeah. So 1 yard forward, all it takes for a penalty, legal forward pass, and Doug Phillips is just. Just a lot of calls sometimes that I think don't seem to get. At least from the perspective of some Youngstown State fans, that some certain calls that aren't always prevalent in other games or against other teams seem to be scrutinized with Youngstown State. Regardless, it's 1st and 10 at the 42 now. Penguins after 2nd down and 13. After the penalty. Brungard stands, going to throw deep, trying to get it back, and it's intercepted for Southern Illinois. Or no, did he lose control? They're going to say incomplete. Yeah, he never had control of that. Fresh Walters did a nice job hitting C.J. Parson, and Parson is injured. That was a big hit from Fresh Walters after. Take a look as Parson goes up, is getting ready to secure the interception, and Fresh Walters delivers the blow, and he hits the ground pretty hard. That's never great. So, as the call on the field
is an incomplete pass. Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
So they will attend to C.J. Parson, the senior safety from Memphis, Tennessee. It's an incomplete pass, and it should be 3rd and 13 for YSU's offense. when we get back to action. 2:45 to go until halftime. I think Doug Phillips is still wanting to know an explanation on the forward pass. He is in deep conversation with our officiating crew. 2:45 to go, and no matter what has happened in this first half, whether you're Southern Illinois or Youngstown State, it's going to be a very hard-fought second half because there's going to be some adjustments made by two good coaching staffs here at halftime, and I still think this one very much could go down to the wire.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
So now we're going to take a look at this, and I think they might try and see if Parson had possession.
I think he definitely had possession.
And then did the ball come loose after he came down? That's what I was thinking, what they could be reviewing here. So we'll take a look as Parson goes up. Has it. Gets hit by Walters.
Controls
it. And then it kind of.
And then he loses.
And this gets back to what is possession, what is control, what is, it's just so difficult sometimes. So we'll let the experts decide what it needs to be here, but it's a tough play for Parson. He takes a hit. At that point, he's trying to just kind of some self-preservation there, but a good job by Parson to kind of control that ball as long as he could after taking a shot from Walters. Nick Hill's squad has looked the part of a playoff contender here this afternoon, no doubt. Looking for their 4th playoff appearance in the last 6 seasons. Nick Hill had some down years at Southern Illinois, but a credit to everybody with that program and athletic department. They have stayed the course. In his 10th year now, he has built a perennial playoff contender year in, year out. Nick Hill, of course, played under legendary former SIU head coach Jerry Kill. Led the Salukis to great prominence during his tenure there. The Salukis with 2 tough games after this one. That's why this win today would be huge on the road for Southern Illinois, as they have a home game against South Dakota, one of the better teams in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. And then, of course, they visit Illinois State to close the year, another team in playoff contention. So 3 big games for Southern Illinois. They're all big at this stage of the year. And now we will get the call from our officials.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
All right, so rolling on the field stands incomplete. Penguins will face 3rd and 13 offensively here. 3rd down conversions for YSU. 3 of 5 thus far. We'll see what Mike Yursich dials up on 3rd and long, with his team trailing by 10, under 3 to go until halftime. Tom Zach, Walters, and Solomon wide to Brungar's left far side. McDonald, the tight end, tight near side. Brungard forced off his spot, runs to his right, now cuts upfield, and he's not going to get close to a 1st down as he's forced out near the original line of scrimmage, and Brendan Kilpatrick will have to come out to kick it away for the Penguins.
Good time for SIU to bring some pressure on Bo. Force him into the short side of the field, using that sideline as an extra defender.
The reigning FCS punter of the year, Brendan Kilpatrick, will come out to send it away for the Penguins. Kilpatrick on the season, averaging 47 yards per kick. Sends it down to Tay Mario Jr., who fields it and heads out of bounds near side on the sideline. And now 2:11 remains for DJ Williams in Southern Illinois as they look to add to their lead before halftime. DJ Williams, 12 of 19, 220 yards in this first half passing, couple of touchdowns. He also has the rushing score, 40 yards on the ground for the senior. Murray State transfer, DJ Williams. Edward Robinson will join Williams in the backfield on 1st down. Robinson, a transfer from Duquesne. That'll It'll be a 2-minute offensive situation for SIU. They hand it to Robinson, and he's able to squirt through a couple defenders and get up to the 31-yard line. Solid pickup on first down as SIU will have it second down when we come back. 2-minute timeout here in the first half. 24-14 is the lead for Southern Illinois, and they'll be in possession when we return to close out our first half of play. Back from the 2-minute timeout, DJ Williams in the shotgun for Southern Illinois. Salukis lead by 10, looking to add to their advantage before halftime. Big hole up the middle for Edward Robinson. And he flies up near the 40, just shy of it, to the 39, and it's first down in Southern Illinois. Ahead of the chains, we'll huddle up here.
I'd expect the Salukis to take their time on this drive, not leave anything left for the Penguins to do anything before the second half.
Right, if you're Southern Illinois, you want to either be up 10 at the worst here. Williams underneath, well designed, wide open on the receiving end again is Schwendeman. And he will tumble all the way into YSU territory at the 35. And DJ Williams, that's easy pitch and catch there. Well designed by Nick Hill. To see that develop from up in the booth, just nobody home. Misdirection, the tight end sneaks out from the far side of the formation. Sneaks across, catches the crosser. And Southern Illinois now on the move. Clock moving toward a minute, but plenty of time for Southern Illinois here as they move into Penguin territory. Handoff, Robinson up the middle, carries some defenders with him. Johannesen, the defensive tackle, and the linebacker Karsten Marshall combined for the tackle. Penguins feature Johannesen, Cunningham, the primary defensive tackles today, with two key defensive linemen out today for Youngstown State. Defensive end Ebony Curry, who has 2.5 sacks on the year, is out, as is defensive tackle Colin Vaughn, who's been a key run stopper in the middle. Handoff this time to Chandler Chapman. Chapman shows some movement, gets out up to the 25, cut down, but it'll be enough for an SIU first down with 26 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Timeout, Southern Illinois.
Timeout, Southern Illinois, their second charge of the half. 30-second timeout. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 27 seconds. 2-7. Thank you.
Now you're well within Paul Geelan field goal range if you're Southern Illinois. So you're thinking at worst here, you try and tack on 3 points to your lead, but they're definitely looking for a touchdown. If they can get it, that would be massive for the Salukis heading into the locker room if they get this lead back to 17. There will be YSU football coming out to begin the third quarter. So if Youngstown State can somehow limit the Salukis here, they will have a chance to get the ball back to begin the second half. But right now, trying to keep the Salukis out of the end zone at least. Williams will drop. Has time, had the ball knocked out. It's loose, but Williams, I believe, was able to get back on it, and he does. Penguins with some passing pressure, able to knock the ball loose out of Williams' strong right hand. We see the replay. It was Mike Wells who knocked it loose.
Yeah, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 27 seconds.
Interesting.
All right, so they go.
I'm sorry, to 17 seconds. 17.
You can hear the fans here at the Ice Castle. They a little less than pleased with the way this first half has gone on multiple fronts. But
the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
That's 100% a fumble.
That is not an incomplete pass. I'm not, Kyle, I didn't play college football like you did, but I'll echo your opinion there that is not an incomplete pass. So,
Dre, we have the luxury of watching it in slow motion.
That's correct.
And in real time, things do get missed, and you're not sure what happens until you can get back, look at the film.
So we'll go back to review. Felt like we've been here pretty often here in this first half. Right now we have 17 seconds on the second quarter clock. Mike Wells clearly knocks this ball loose before his arm comes forward. I mean, I've watched enough football to know that's a fumble, but.
So now they just need to figure out where is it recovered and where are they going to spot it.
Williams got back on it, so it's not a major deal. It's not like the Penguins didn't recover the football. It will be Southern Illinois ball. It's a clear recovery by Williams, but you see Doug Phillips. He's in tune with conversation once again with our officiating crew. And again, that ball's clearly out before the arm comes forward. That ball is loose, and Williams there with a clear recovery. And if he didn't get it, I think one of his offensive linemen might have got it. But
well, you have to remember the difference between a fumble recovery and an incomplete pass is now the clock continues to run. So is Southern Illinois going to have to burn a timeout, maybe get one more shot at the end zone before they decide to kick it?
Yep, they're going to check the time. From what we understand, they are checking the game clock, which obviously, as Kyle mentioned, very important, the difference there. Clock stops on an incomplete pass as they called it on the field. They had the game clock stopped at 17 seconds, but obviously with the call needing to be fumble, the game clock would have needed to keep running. So now they got to figure out exactly where everything needs to be here in the final moments of our first half. These are key calls because every yard, every second matters in a game like this. Such a closely contested game between two teams that are battling for playoff position in the FCS. Here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field has been overturned to a fumble recovered by the offense. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 23 seconds. Due to the replay review under 2 minutes, there'll be a 10-second runoff that Southern Illinois has elected to take. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 13 seconds, and the clock will start on my wind.
Very well explained there by our head official. Great job by our crew to get that all figured out, and now they explain everything to Nick Hill and Doug Phillips. And that all makes sense. Obviously, there would be the 10-second runoff, and Southern Illinois could either preserve the time, take a timeout, or take the runoff. So now this clock will be marked 13 seconds to go, second half, and Southern Illinois will likely have 1-2 plays here before they would likely try a field goal if they are not able to get in the end zone.
Keep an eye on Jay Jones down at the bottom of your screen there, right on top of the numbers.
Timeout, Southern Illinois. Their third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
So Nick Hill decides to burn that final timeout here. He wants to talk with Williams, and I think they might just send out the field goal unit. Yep, Paul Geelan getting ready. And see DJ Williams took his helmet off and came toward the side. I think Nick Hill's like, you know what? Let's not mess around here. Let's just kick.
Well, a field goal here puts it into a true 3-score game. And that's going to be tough.
Salukis can add to their advantage in the final seconds here of our first half. Geelan comes out for the field goal. Attempt. It's about a 51-yard attempt from Paul Geelan, who has been money this year. Kick on the way. Heading toward the goalpost and sails wide left. No good. That was a lot of leg. Geelan has a strong right leg, but unable to have the accuracy on that one.
The first half.
And that takes us to halftime here at Stambaugh Stadium in an to say the least, first half between Southern Illinois and Youngstown State. The Penguins trail the Salukis 24-14 at the break in this crucial Missouri Valley Football Conference contest. Plenty more coming up on our halftime report. Stay locked right here to the Penguin Sports Network. We'll have more after these messages.
What's up, Penguin fans? Anthony Romo here with one of the most influential men in all of sports marketing and the Youngstown State graduate, Sonny Vaccaro. Mr. Vaccaro, thanks for joining me.
I'm so honored to be here. Honored to be here. It's been a long time, and God has graced me with many years. I have a chance to see the new Youngstown State University.
So for a lot of people that don't necessarily know the Youngstown State backstory for you came to Youngstown State as a football player, had an injury that kind of halted your football career, but able to stay on scholarship if you did a little bit of recruiting for Dom Roselli and the basketball team. That kind of kept you in sports, and then down the line you get into sports marketing. How would you say Youngstown State helped shape you to become the sports businessman that you did down the line?
I would never have met Michael Jordan, so that gets to the right point right away. My life changed because Dyke kept me on scholarship, and my man, Michael Mr. Roselli, gave me a chance to be involved in basketball, which, ladies and gentlemen, I had no interest in at that time in my life. My whole life changed that day I came here, and Dyke saved my life.
So we move on. You kind of mentioned the Michael Jordan aspect of this whole interview. After a tireless battle with Adidas and Converse, you and Nike, you helped sign Michael Jordan to Nike, thus thrusting the most popular signature shoe in all of sports. You had to grow relationships with his inner circle, his parents, especially his mother, Dolores, during those talks. How important is it as a businessman or businesswoman to not only grow a connection with your key target, but also their inner circle as well?
Well, the family was, especially Mrs. Jordan. At the end, it came down to her recommending to me, if you watched the movie or read the book, you understand that, Dolores was the key thing. She was the one that guided Michael through this. And I was very fortunate to have an opportunity, my wife and I, to spend a lot of time with her to get to that point. My son is the shoe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So after you signed Michael Jordan with Nike, another big part of your career was the ABCD basketball camp. You brought some of the top high school basketball talent in the country all in the same place for about 20 years. And they had great competition. Some guys like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady were part of that camp. How big do you think that high school basketball camp was for growing the personal brands of these players at a young age through their competition?
ABCD was the signature activity. There were plenty of camps. College coaches used to run them, high school coach. ABCD separated everything because that camp opened the door for what talent would be, and it also opened the door, and no one understands, we had a lot of kids from Europe starting to come. But if you were invited to ABC, you were somebody. Or better yet, you were like Tracy McGrady. You were nobody, but somebody recommended you, and you played in the camp, and he became one of the greatest of all time. That's the signature camp in all sports basketball history.
All of us here at Youngstown State appreciate Sonny Vaccaro's time. Halftime continues after this.
Welcome back inside the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite in the Don Constantini Multimedia Center at Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio. Let's take a look at today's first half statistics as Southern Illinois holds a 24-14 advantage over Youngstown State in this crucial Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup today. Late season at Stambaugh Stadium. It was 7-0 Southern Illinois. Penguins answered to tie as each team scored a touchdown on their opening drive, and then 17 straight points from the Salukis put them up 24-7, and the Penguins got a touchdown to cut it to 10 here at the intermission. Rushing yards in favor of the Penguins, 114 to 61, but the passing game has favored the Salukis. DJ Williams has been impressive, 13 of 20 for 246, 2 touchdowns through the air. Penguins with the edge in time of possession. Williams for Southern Illinois, 32 yards and a touchdown on the ground as well. On the other side for the Penguins, Bo Brungard offensively passing 11 of 15, 132 and a touchdown. He's also run 9 times for 46 yards and a score. Luke Hensley, the leading receiver for the Penguins, 47 yards on 2 catches. And the Penguins find themselves down 10 here at the intermission. 24-10, Salukis in front at the break. We'll come back with our highlights from the first 2 quarters after this. We'll be back with more on our halftime report on the Penguin Sports Network. Dre Smith back with you. Halftime here at Stambaugh Stadium, the Ice Castle in Youngstown, Ohio, where the Penguins of Youngstown State, ranked 21st in the country, find themselves down 24-14 to the visiting number 16 Southern Illinois Salukis as we take a look at our first half highlights of it. Got going early. Southern Illinois wasted no time. That's the 58-yard connection that you saw there to begin the game. First play from scrimmage set Southern Illinois up for a 12-yard touchdown pass from DJ Williams to Edward Robinson. Penguins answered. You get a look at some of the highlights from their opening drive. Bo Brungard capped the drive with a 12-yard touchdown pass to Flash Wilson as the Penguins tied it. Mistake by Max Tomczak there as he missed fielding the punt. Southern Illinois capitalized. They led 24-7, as I mentioned earlier. Penguins able to get a touchdown on a Bo Brungard touchdown from 5 yards out on the ground to get back within 10. Each team did miss a field goal in the first half as Listowka misfired for the Penguins and Gielen missed a 51-yarder at the buzzer in the second quarter for Southern Illinois. So it's a 10-point margin as we stand getting ready to begin our second half. DJ Williams and the Salukis 24, Bo Brungard and the Penguins 14. A big second half of Missouri Valley Football Conference action coming up next on the Penguins Sports Network. Dre Smith, Kyle Searle, our entire crew back with you here live in Youngstown, Ohio, Stambaugh Stadium, inside the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite, the Don Constantini Multimedia Center. We're getting ready to bring you the second half of action between Southern Illinois and Youngstown State. Southern Illinois led 24-7. Penguins back within 10 now, and they will get the football to begin the second half. So a big opportunity for YSU to draw closer. Down double digits here as we begin the third quarter. Paul Geelan will send it away for the Salukis. Kickoff will be fielded up past the 10-yard line by Flash Wilson. Comes near side, cuts back, puts his head down and wrestled. Eventually will not be wrestled down, but his progress is stopped right near the 30-yard line. And that's where Bo Brungard will lead the YSU offense back out. 1st and 10. Brungard 11 of 15. Passing for 132 and a touchdown in the first half. Ran for 46 yards on 9 carries, had a touchdown as well. Jaden Gilbert carried it 5 times, had 47 yards, almost over 9 yards a carry for Gilbert. Kai Flash Wilson with a team-high 5 catches thus far for 40 yards and a TD. Shotgun for Brungard on 1st down as we begin our second half. Handoff to Jaden Gilbert. Forced out wide to the right. Going to be a loss, plus there could be a marker here that could go against the Penguins more than likely. This is in the area of a hold against YSU.
First down.
That's Nick Nielsen, the right tackle, who's in there starting today for Shane Keenan, who's the typical starter at right tackle. Nielsen stepped in a couple weeks ago when Keenan had to slide to right guard for Joseph Farah. And Nielsen whistled for the hold there. Backs up the Penguins to their own 21, 1st and 20 now. 5 receivers in the formation for Brungard, who's all alone in the shotgun. Brungard gonna float it out. Tomczak trying to reel it in, tried to go over the shoulder and just could not find the football well enough to secure it. Falls to the turf and it'll be 2nd down and very long for YSU.
Looked like Max had to slow down on that. The ball just kind of floated up there just awkwardly enough to just pull him back.
Tomczak still looking for his first catch of the day. Brungard has targeted him a number of times, but unable to connect with his All-American senior wideout, Max Tomczak, who trying to extend his streak of having a reception in a school record 42 straight games. Brungard fires. Tight end McDonald on the receiving end. A swarm of Salukis there to stop his progress, and nothing really to speak of on the game. A couple yards. It'll still be 3rd and very long for the Penguins. Brungard will direct the offense in a difficult 3rd down, backed up on the opening possession of the second half. Defensively for Southern Illinois, they've been led by their very talented cornerback, Jeremiah McClendon, who has 8 tackles thus far to lead his team from his corner position. Brungard, 3rd and 16. Stands, now will run. Runs right by Colin Bohannick and has a 1st down. Bo Brungard, they talk about, coaches have said, you can simulate it, you can put it on film, you can run scout team, but until number 12 is running full speed at you, difficult to understand.
Yep, absolutely. And when you have 5 guys out on routes and you have 4 defensive linemen, like I said, if a rushing lane breaks down on the defensive line and Bo can expose it, he's running free because everyone else is dealing with the receivers.
So Brungard, as he often does, scampers for a 1st down on a 3rd and long. Play action to Ethan Wright. Falls back on 1st down. Throws wide open. Max Tomczak has it. Sprints down inside the 20. Cuts back middle of the field. Tripped up but a big gain. And the Penguins are in the red zone as Brungard finds his favorite target, Max Tomczak, for the first time today. Tomczak with a great route. Got wide open. Easy pitch and catch from Brungard to Tomczak. Tomczak now with a catch and a school record 43 consecutive contests. He's the all-time leader in career receptions at Youngstown State. Now 205 in his accomplished career. Started as a walk-on. Now an All-American here for the Penguins. 1st and 10. Brungard. Wilson in motion. The handoff goes to Ethan Wright. He is met quickly and physically by the Saluki defense. And the first player there, where's number 56? That was Nate Tronzo, the redshirt freshman defensive end, who came up to meet Wright in the hole.
Nate Tronzo on the tackle.
Penguins now face 2nd down
Gain of 1, 2nd
and
down,
9. Call it a gain of 1 from Wright on the 1st down play. We're under 12 minutes in the 3rd quarter. A lot of football left to go here in Youngstown. In a game that will have major playoff implications for these two teams. Brungard takes the snap. They throw it out quick. Wilson catches, has blockers, cuts up 5 toward the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. YSU for the 2nd time today. Brungard to flash Wilson, and Wilson says, I'm going to run right to the sideline. No celebration this time, and we're not risking it. And the Penguins can get back within a field goal here with an extra point. See the speed of number 1.
Great play design too, because the offensive line slipped out there and was downfield blocking for him.
Great, as you mentioned, Mike Yursich, the offensive coordinator, tremendous call there. Got that big athletic O-line out in front of Wilson with his speed and elusiveness. And now Kilpatrick out of the snap of Floyd holds for Listowka, who adds the extra point. 11:41 left to go 3rd quarter at Stambaugh Stadium. Doug Phillips firing up his squad. They're now down 3, 24-21 Salukis. Back with more 3rd quarter action after this.
You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Because we're the kind of people who look out for each other. Because we care about you, your success, and our future. Together, we are Youngstown State University. And now you know why.
Inspired design. Ultra-quiet operation. To you, it's a bright evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
To make sure you and your home stay comfortable, contact Custom Comfort Systems at customcomfortsystems.net.
Hey, hey, here we go. Number 1, Cochran. Penguins, let's go. Number 1, Cochran.
Life gets hectic, but with Mercy Health, it's never been easier to stay engaged in your healthcare, your way, whether in person or virtually. For you and everyone that depends on you. Through MyChart, you can now schedule and get access to care whenever, wherever, and however you need it. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Connect with Mercy Health on the MyChart app.
A 6-play, 69-yard scoring drive that took 3 minutes, 12 seconds, capped off for Youngstown State by a 17-yard touchdown pass from Bo Brungard to Flash Wilson. 2nd time those two have connected today. And the Penguins are back within 3 now, trailing Southern Illinois 24-21 with under 12 to go 3rd quarter. Josh Wilkins sends the kickoff through the end zone. Vincent Davis III lets it roll through. And DJ Williams and Southern Illinois go back to work, now leading by 3. Williams has looked the part of one of the best quarterbacks in the country here through 2 quarters as we see him for the first time here in the second half. 13 of 20 passing for 246, 2 touchdowns, and had a score on the ground as well in the first half. Williams and Brungard, top 2 quarterbacks in the country in rushing touchdowns in the FCS. This handoff goes to Robinson. Forward progress stopped near the 30-yard line as Preston Zandier, the veteran senior middle linebacker, in there with Dane Hodge and Joe Hannison as well. Gain of about 5, 2nd down and 5 at the 30 for the Salukis. Two receivers go far side to the left of Williams. Vincent Davis, their leading receiver, motions to the slot. Play action. Williams wants to air it out again. Looks deep. Pass. Reeled in. What a catch down there inside the 30 by Fabian McCray, the 6'2 senior from Chicago, who brings it in. Big play. He's over 400 yards receiving this season in Southern Illinois. Answers again as Williams connects deep.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
Penguin player down. We'll check on that when we return. 10:45 left to go, 3rd quarter.
This will be a full media
The score,
timeout.
24-21. Salukis in front, and they're looking for more when we come back. Back to 3rd quarter action at Stambaugh Stadium. Southern Illinois 1st and 10 at the YSU 30 after a big pass play from Williams to Fabian McCray, and we have a stoppage prior to the snap here. Movement up front going against Southern Illinois, we believe.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So they get Noah Finsky, the senior center, on the snap infraction. Finsky moved to center this year after starting 11 games at left tackle a year ago for Southern Illinois. So Williams now backed up, 1st and 15 for SIU's offense. Man in motion out of the backfield. Pressure coming. Williams over the middle, off the hands of a leaping Fabian McCray. Couldn't reel it in. Bounced off. A couple players and falls to the turf.
Nick Hill is absolutely attacking the center of this field.
Great offensive mind, Nick Hill. Runs the offense, calls the plays for his alma mater. He knows how big of a win on the road this would be in a place where they have struggled historically. Williams this time. What a cut as he makes a defender miss. Shakes and bakes inside the 30. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Southern Illinois. And this is a huge play for the Youngstown State defense. If they can force a field goal attempt, that is much different. Southern Illinois keeping this drive alive, possibly scoring a touchdown. Williams floats, has Davis, but a good defensive play by Makai Shaheed as he knocks it loose. Incomplete, 4th down, and the field goal team will take the field for the Salukis. Shaheed came in leading the Penguins in tackles. Sophomore from Gahanna, Ohio, and that's a big breakup to get it out of the hands of Davis. That would have been close to a 1st down.
Absolutely, from the opposite hash to the far sideline, that ball has a long way to go, so it gave Shaheed just enough time to get there and knock it out of the hands of Davis the third.
So ball at the 29. It's about a 46-yard attempt for Geelan. Kick on the way. We are going to shut this one down. Might be delay a game.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
And that is really unfortunate if you're Southern Illinois. Make this field goal a little more difficult for Geelan. He's got the leg. Don't get me right now. I think is the punting unit coming out? It's a whole. Yeah, they're going to punt. I think they're going to punt the football now. Wow.
I would expect the Penguins to be in a little bit of a punt-safe situation here.
That's a very costly penalty. You go from attempting a field goal that's within Geelan's range to delay a game. Changes the mindset for Nick Hill. At least they're going to line up to punt it away. Geelan will send it down to the 11-yard line where Tomczak makes the fair catch for YSU. So looked like Southern Illinois had a chance to add to their 3-point lead there with Geelan, who really has a good leg. He has a long on the season of 53 yards, and he's been money beyond 40. But the punt, Nick Hill decides to play field position, let his defense play with YSU backed up. And now the Penguins on offense. Chance to drive the field and take the lead possibly. When they were once down 17 in the first half of play. The ebbs and flows of a Missouri Valley Football Conference game.
I told you this game was going to be right down to the wire and everything but a normal game.
You did call it. Hand off. Here goes Jaden Gilbert. Gilbert's got speed. He may go the distance. Midfield, will they get him? They track him down, but what a run by Gilbert. And the Penguins are on the move to begin this drive. Under 10 to go in the 3rd. Great effort from McClendon to chase him down. Looked like Gilbert was going to go, and McClendon shaken up after chasing him down. But what a run for Gilbert. A big spark play for the YSU offense.
The result of the play is a 1st down. Sideline warning, Youngstown State. This is their 1st warning. There is no yardage penalty for the 1st infraction.
So we have a sideline warning against each team now so far in the game. Southern Illinois had one in the 1st half.
Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 9:35. 9:35. Thank you.
Now it's starting to resemble a little bit of a playoff atmosphere here.
The physicality has went up as this game has progressed. Watching it on, down on the field and then on the monitor, you can tell if there is an intensity on that field that both of these teams understand what's at stake here today. Bo Brungard, 1st and 10 in the shotgun at this SIU 37. Stands in there, drops it to Gilbert out of the backfield. Gilbert shakes, puts his foot in the ground, and they got to bring multiple defenders to stop his progress at the 30-yard line. Gilbert has been a weapon receiving the football in addition to running it this year. He came into today's game, 66 carries, 343 yards rushing, couple of touchdowns. But he also has over 35 receptions for over 300 yards receiving out of the backfield. So a very multiple back in Jaden Gilbert, the sophomore. 2nd and 3. They go to Ethan Wright, the senior. Good cut, gets upfield, carries defenders inside the 20, and Ethan Wright has YSU 1st and 10 in the red zone. The 195-pound senior from Akron, Ohio, Ethan Wright, Suffered an Achilles injury last season, worked his way back, getting back on the field in the 5th game of this season. Coach Phillips said he wanted to go week 2 or 3, but they had to kind of, calm him down and say, we got to get you ready for conference play. And good to have that senior running back in the backfield here with Gilbert and others. They fake it to right on 1st and 10. Brungard, Tom Zach can't get it as Brungard put a little too much on it. And it goes out of bounds, far side of the end zone, 2nd and 10.
And Bo put that about as well placed as he could. I mean, SIU really, really had that play covered up nice.
This is a good secondary for SIU. We talked about it earlier. Gavin Shepard, the redshirt freshman, on the 1 corner, and McClendon has been impressive in a number of areas today. Jeremiah McClendon, the senior from Delray Beach, Florida, who came in leading SIU with 11 pass breakups. He's been a tackling machine today, 2 for Southern Illinois, with a team-high 9 tackles. Brungard flips it out. Ethan Wright, 10-yard line, keeps his footing, still going. Is he in? Touchdown, Youngstown State. Ethan Wright with the will that would not be denied. Into the end zone, and the Penguins have moved back in front here in the 3rd quarter. What a game here this afternoon we got at Stambaugh Stadium.
Ethan Wright is just so powerful when he gets the ball in his hands. You know, he's good out of the backfield, but man, you get Bo to dump it off in space to him.
Brungard to Ethan Wright, 2nd touchdown of the season for Wright, his first of the receiving variety. And now Lastovka, the junior kicker, on to try and make it a 4-point lead. Kilpatrick to hold, Byron Floyd snaps it back. The kick up and through. And the Penguins lead 28-24. They've overcome a 17-point deficit to move back in front. Under 8 to go in the 3rd. We'll be back with more of this big MVFC matchup in Youngstown.
Life's best moments are meant to be lived. At Southwoods Health, we're dedicated to keeping you on the move so you can enjoy every step of life's journey. Our network of orthopedic specialists treat a variety of conditions, offering innovative solutions and the latest minimally invasive procedures, including anterior approach hip replacement and robotic-assisted surgery. Whether you've suffered a recent injury or your body is just wearing down, let our team care for you. Southwoods Health. It's not just about the treatment, but how you're treated.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that? Now, meal this. A salad for the first time in a week meal. A catching up with your ex meal.
So, how's your mom?
Been there. Ooh, a scoring cool dad points meal.
Obviously.
Thank you. Do I spy an I need 5 minutes to myself meal? Whatever you're feeling, at Panera, it just meals good.
Tired of waiting hours at your pharmacy for your prescription to be filled? Then come to Hometown Pharmacy, where your prescription will be filled in 15 minutes or less. That's right, 15 minutes or less. Hometown is a family-owned pharmacy with 15 convenient locations across Eastern Ohio and Western PA. For the past 24 years, we have been satisfying one patient at a time. If you're not already at Hometown, what are you waiting for?
Come to Hometown.
Come to Hometown.
Come to Hometown Pharmacy.
We're proud to be part of your neighborhood.
Honda's hybrid lineup is a team of legends taking the field with the Accord Hybrid, Civic Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid. Legendary stats: Civic Hybrid, North American Car of the Year; Accord Hybrid, best resale value; CR-V Hybrid, a car and driver 10 best. The battery chargers as you drive. Get up to 614 miles per tank on the field. Honda Hybrids, in stock with big savings and ready to win. To drive a legend, search your local Honda dealer today.
Back inside the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite in the Don Constantini Multimedia Center at Stambaugh Stadium, Youngstown, Ohio, where the homestanding Youngstown State Penguins have come alive on their home field. Penguins were down 24-7. They've scored the last 21 points to score, or to take, I should say, a 28-24 lead. Wilkins sends the kickoff through the end zone, touchback, and now Southern Illinois looks to respond. As this game at one point, Kyle, looked like Southern Illinois might grab firm control, but Doug Phillips, as always, has kept his team in the fight. They are right back in it now, leading this contest.
Yeah, that's one thing you can count on this Doug Phillips-led Penguins team is to always play 4 quarters of football. Now we're in a position where either team can't be in the business of trading points.
So the Penguins took the lead on an impressive 5 plays, 90 yards, just over 2 minutes, and Bo Brungard hits Ethan Wright for a 19-yard touchdown pass. Now Southern Illinois goes back to work. Handoff, and there's a lot of room off the corner for Edward Robinson, and he's brought down by DJ Harris near side, but not after a very good pickup on the first play of the drive. Robinson, 5'11", 195-pound sophomore, back in his home state of Ohio. He's a Cleveland native, averaging over 7 yards a carry this season. I don't think you look at Southern Illinois. DJ Williams averages almost 6 a carry at the quarterback position. The 2 tailbacks, Chapman and Robinson, as well as their third back, Lester, all over 6 per carry. Williams airing it out. That one is going to go out of bounds. Robinson, the closest receiver in the area, but I think Williams was just trying to get that one out.
Interesting. It looked like he wasn't under pressure. I think he wants that one back a little bit. It kind of floated out of his hand awkwardly. Sailed out of bounds there on him.
2nd and 10. Nick Hill's team, as he's trying to get his alma mater back to the playoffs for the 4th time in the last 6 seasons. Williams will motion Robinson out of the backfield, wide near side right. Williams underneath. That pass is caught. McCray reels it in, tackled by Dane Hodge at the 46-yard line. So now another big 3rd down. Southern Illinois faces 3rd and 6 at the 42. Under 7 to go in our 3rd quarter. Williams stands in there. Pressure coming. He gets away from the initial rush and then just has to float it out dangerously. Williams wants some type of call from the official. He's not going to get it. And the Penguins finally get some pressure defensively on Williams and force a punt.
Yeah, who's going to want it more, right? Mike Hall was in there first. They had Max protect. They had a tight end back in there playing fullback, being an extra blocker.
Salukis will have to send Paul Gielen out again. Gielen, native of the Netherlands. Standout last year, kicking and punting for SIU, and they need a good one from him here to back the Penguins up. So Salukis find themselves down 4 and having to give the ball back to the Penguins. Tom Zach stands at his own 9-yard line and cleanly fields it. Fair catch, and the Penguins will face another long field. Last time, no problem. Took 5 plays. The Penguins went all the way 90 yards to take the lead, and now Mike Yursich, the offensive coordinator, will try and dial up another big drive. And the momentum now with the home team in red. And Brungard comes back out to try and extend the lead. Brungard 3 passing touchdowns today. 16 of 22 for 216 and 3 scores. Kaya Flash Wilson has 2 of those touchdown catches. 1st and 10 at the 9. Brungard stands in the shotgun, looks to throw on 1st down. Stands, looks deep. Flash Wilson will not be able to track it down as Brungard just put a little too much air under it out near midfield. Would have been a big play, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. 2nd down at the 9. Not a bad call, though, if you're Mike Yursich. Test that defense immediately. Try and catch him off guard, get a big play with the momentum going your way. And now Jaden Gilbert will stand in the backfield with Brungard on 2nd down. 1 receiver to each side, couple tight ends to the far side of the formation. Brungard this time looks to one of those tight ends. Outside, it's Colt Seacrest who brings it in. The veteran, junior, 6'4", 255 out of Belair, Ohio. Makes his first reception of the 2025 season. He's battled injuries the last couple of years. Good to see him back out there and contributing.
Into a nice 3rd manageable here after that deep shot, going to a nice quick shot to the outside. Getting these guys in a position to be successful on 3rd down was key.
So now 3rd and medium here. 3rd down and about 4. Brungard rolls to the near side, throws. Hensley's out there. He's got it. First down. Youngstown State in a big conversion as they go to the veteran, senior Luke Hensley. And the Penguins move the chains and keep the drive alive with under 6 to go in our third quarter. Penguins have sent in Van Keen, who we did not expect to play today, the normal starting center. He is now in at left guard for Youngstown State. He pulls around in front of Brungard, protects him. Brungard now rolls, throws, has a man. Hensley again takes a shot, but holds on to it. Another YSU first down at midfield. And a marker behind the play. Is this going to be a hold? Might be a hold against the Penguins, and it is the initial indication. If you wipe that play out, it's coming back.
Holding, offense, number 78, 10-yard penalty, first down.
It's the left tackle, the junior, Desmil Lee, who's as good as it gets in the FCS, as he doesn't like the call. But that'll back the Penguins up, negates a first down play. Lee making his 35th career start for the Penguins today. He's going to have a chance at the next level, I think he is. Talented player, but that penalty backs his team up first now and 20 at the 27. Brungard, play action, pressure, now throws it out to Ethan Wright. Wright's hit, able to get out of the initial tackle, gets out of another, and then gets spun down out near the 29-yard line. So it'll be second down at about 16 for Youngstown State.
Southern Hill did a great job of pursuing the ball there because, you know, he made two guys miss. He looked like, you know, they had him wrapped up, and he just keeps those legs going. It's important that those defensive linemen were pursuing the ball down there.
SIU comes into this game ranking second in the MVFC in passing defense. They allow just over 180 yards a game. They had held 4 of their last 5 opponents before this game below 130 passing. Brungard has been much better than that today, and he tucks it and sprints out of bounds near side to set up a third down that is manageable for the Penguins. Just gets some yardage back, and now they will see what awaits on third down. It is going to be, check, that's a lot longer than I thought, my fault. It's going to be third and about 11 or 12. We'll see what Mike Yursich in the offense has dialed up for Brungard, who will be alone in the shotgun on 3rd and 12. Hensley is near side. 3 receivers right. Tomzak crosses the formation to the near side. Brungard stands, throw, over the middle. Tomzak has it. First down, Penguins. That is a gutsy catch in traffic by Tomzak, because he knew he could have taken a lick there. But that's one of his best attributes is his toughness.
Give it up to SIU, though. I mean, minus a few plays, they are making Bo put the ball in some tight windows.
Brungard this time, some space to run with it. He will, defenders flying off. You see Bo Brungard run, it's amazing to see how defenders just kind of fly to the ground, leaping after him. It's so difficult to
for an injured defensive player.
get after. An injury for Southern Illinois. Far sideline, Brungard went out of bounds, so Saluki, the injured Saluki, will be checked on as we currently stand. 3:14 to go, third quarter. The talk all week around this Youngstown State football program was playoff start today. I think there's an understanding about what needs to happen for this Youngstown State football program if they want to make sure they get a playoff bid, and it starts with winning this game against a good Southern Illinois team today. So we get a look at the injured Saluki coming off, I believe. Looked like that was Chris Presto. Yep, the junior. Couldn't tell if that was 6 or 8. Wanted to make sure, but the junior from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, who's a good one, a veteran for Southern Illinois, will have to come out of the game. So second down and 1 after a 9-yard scamper by Brungard. Brungard, we talked about SIU had held 4 of their previous 5 opponents to 130 or less passing. Brungard up to 262 through the air today. And now they go to the ground. Gilbert, no one's catching him this time. Touchdown, Penguins. Jaden Gilbert all the way to the end zone, and the Penguins have opened up a 2-score lead in the third quarter. Gilbert with rushing touchdown, number 3 this season, as he was out the gates. And no white jerseys were catching up. Jaden Gilbert.
Alex McDonald did a great job of coming through, pulling, being a lead blocker. Gilbert untouched up the center there.
Just about, I don't know if he was really touched on that. What blocking, great scheme up front. It's where this program has really, I believe, held its own amongst the best in this league is the offensive and defensive line play. And Listowka, true on the extra point, as the Penguins, after being down 24-7, now lead 35-24 with 3:02 to go in the third. We have seen this game shift back and forth a number of times. And now the momentum with the home team. As you get a look at Gilbert sprint to the end zone. Now we'll look for a Southern Illinois answer, as the Salukis once thought maybe this game was on its way to being their 7th win of the season, and now there's a lot of work to do for the fans, for the Salukis and the fans back in Carbondale. Penguins to kick it away. Wilkins will be the place kicker. He handles the kickoff duties for Youngstown State. Wilkins, the redshirt freshman, Bessemer, Pennsylvania. Back deep for the Salukis, Vincent Davis III is the primary return man who stands at the goal line. Wilkins will sprint up and get his right foot into the football. He's been really solid preventing returns, and he does again as he sends it on one hop out the back of the end zone. And now DJ Williams will need to reignite his offense as Southern Illinois has gone cold. Penguins have scored 28 straight points to take an 11-point lead. Now Nick Hill and his offense desperately need to get back on the scoreboard late in this third quarter. Williams has thrown for 290 and 2 touchdowns. His favorite target has been Fabian McCray, who has 4 catches for 66 yards. Jay Jones has only 2 catches, but 86 yards. All right, Williams, first down, play action, fires over the middle and dangerously overshot his intended receiver as the Penguins were leaping toward the football, trying to get a big turnover, but falls to the turf. 2nd and 10 for the Salukis.
Second play in a row, DJ Williams is getting up off the ground too, so you can tell someone's playing with energy here.
Trying to answer after a 40-yard touchdown run by Jaden Gilbert for the Penguins to put him up 11. Here's Williams, tucks it, has some room, gets by defenders, lost the football, but it goes out of bounds. Harmless for the Salukis, but I believe he's got enough for a first down, and he does.
Good vision by Williams, seeing that little orange marker on the sideline, making sure he crossed it, getting his team a first down.
Looking at the rushing numbers today, we talked about it was going to be very important who was able to run the football here today. How about this? YSU, 254 yards on the ground. Salukis, just 89. And you look at the numbers. This is a Southern Illinois team that only NDSU, North Dakota State, and North Dakota were averaging more rushing yards offensively, but they've been good against the pass, but really have struggled against the Penguins on the ground today. And we have a stoppage in play here. I saw one official signal to Nick Hill on the sideline for Southern Illinois, and now our...
The ruling on the field is the ball was fumbled at the 34-yard line, forward out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the spot of the fumble, which is the 34-yard line. 3rd down and 1.
That's good job by our officiating crew there to
way to catch
figure that out, because that ball was marked up past the first down marker, but that is right. When you fumble out of bounds, the ball's marked at the spot of the fumble. So it's 3rd and short, and the Salukis will get the first down as they go to the physical run game and just move the pile ahead. First down, Salukis right back where they were, where they had the ball spotted, but we move The Chains and the Salukis keep the drive alive, looking to get their first points since leading 24-7 in the first half. Tight end Schwendeman, who's had a big game, comes over in motion, goes wide to the far side. Williams looks toward him, has him. A lot of cushion out there from Harris, the corner, and Schwendeman makes the easy catch. Gets good yardage to set up second and short. Schwendeman, tight end, out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Big 6'5", 244-pound tight end who can run well. Matchup nightmare. He has 3 catches today for an impressive 82 yards. Make it 3 for 82. Handoff here, it's Williams on the keeper. Falls forward. They're going to spot the ball shy of midfield back in SIU territory. There will be a new set of downs.
Preston Zandier doing a good job just limiting the damage that DJ Williams was, once he breaks the line of scrimmage.
DJ Williams came into today approaching the single-season SIU record for most rushing yards by a QB. Mark Iannotti holds that record with 716 back in 2015. Williams here looking to add it, yardage through the air. Fires, sideline, incomplete, throws it away. 2nd and 10 as he decides to live to fight another down there. Sometimes the smartest plays you can make as a quarterback is just get to the next down unscathed.
Yeah, especially on first down. Don't try and do too much. You don't have to get all the yards in one play.
Williams was named the Stats Perform FCS National Offensive Player of the Week after his Week 4 performance against Southeast Missouri. Had 493 total yards in that game, which is the 3rd most in a game in SIU history. Penguins calling for movement up front.
Timeout, Southern Illinois. Their first of the half.
But before that,
30-second timeout.
Nick Hill burns a timeout with under a minute left in our 3rd quarter. Salukis want to make sure they're on the same page here, as this drive is so important for Southern Illinois, just desperately trying to recapture some momentum after they had all of it there in that 2nd quarter. And Youngstown State, to their credit, down 10 at halftime, did not blink. Down 17 at one point. Doug Phillips talks about it all the time. Football games are not going to go the way you want them to or think they're going to go all the time, and you have to be able to ride those highs and lows. Stay focused on the task at hand. They've done that again here today. But still a quarter plus left to see who's going to be in great position heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. 2nd and 10 now as we get back to action out of the timeout by SIU. Tight end Aiden Quinn motions back into the backfield. They hand it to Robinson. He's got a burst of speed up shy of the 40. Gonna be right at the sticks, and it's gonna be enough for a first down. Robinson has showed some nice bursts today. The Cleveland native, transfer from Duquesne, where he ran for over 600 yards and 8 touchdowns in 2023. Williams stands in there, looks deep toward the end zone. Brought in at the 2-yard line by Fabian McCray. What a catch by the Chicago native. And now Southern Illinois is knocking on the door at the 2-yard line. Williams has thrown some really nice deep balls today as he gave only McCray a chance at that football. And he makes a nice sliding catch.
What is that, Dre? The fourth shot between the hashes downfield?
6 seconds back on the game clock.
At least today.
The previous play is under further review.
We are going to review this, so just going to take a look, make sure that Fabian McCray controlled it. The official had a pretty good look at it, but well, we get the, of course, as you said earlier, Kyle, we get the benefit of slow motion and replay, so we'll take a look. Great look by our crew as always. Oh, that's it. Look, if My opinion is that if the first one in the first half is incomplete, then that looks like the same play, but
I would agree with that sentiment, that logic,
similar.
that thought of, that thought process. But,
doesn't always add up. You're right.
It seemed he had control.
This is a great look here. And does he have that hand on? Oh, his leg's blocking it. Oh, it's so tough to see. What an effort by McCray to try to drill it in. I think there's a chance. I mean, we'll keep. See, the fans giving their opinion here in Youngstown.
I think he controls it enough that there's not enough evidence to overturn it.
And that's where I was earlier, too. Now our crew got a good look at it. That ball from Flash Wilson that was waved off the board did appear to touch the ground. Now we have a similar call, but again, is there the evidence? And there's another. Look at our camera work. Great work by our crew again. I still don't know.
I think that first
one.
Like
a bounce of, maybe a bounce of the ball there. Oh, I don't know. McCray making his point. But out of their hands now, out of Doug Phillips' hands, out of Nick Hill's hands, and we'll see what the decision is. And again, my opinion on that one, if it's called, if the official there looking at it, felt good enough about it, and there's nothing clear and definitive, then here's the best.
So
look.
Is his hand?
That's the left hand, and I think he
is his left hand
the top of the
under
ball.
it?
I think the top of that ball rolls over and touches the turf. Yeah, they're backing it up. It's gonna be incomplete.
After review, the pass was incomplete. Second down at the previous spot.
I think I'm 1 for 4 on reviews today, so I would have given that to him.
I know.
Honestly would have.
I would have. I think but it's all about the rules and I think that I think that look was I think that was the best look there at the end that we saw, that final look, that it did roll over the top of that football. So crew felt like it was enough. They overturn it, and now with 6 seconds on the third quarter game clock, Southern Illinois returns to the 41-yard line for a second down and 10. So wipe off the long connection to McCray that would have had the Salukis at the 2. Salukis look to regroup. Williams looks near side, fires. McCray goes right off of his hands, couldn't secure it before he cut up field. And it'll be third down and long with just 3 ticks remaining on the third quarter clock. YSU defense trying to get the crowd involved to try and help on the big third down here, what should be the final play of the third quarter. Penguins looking to go into the fourth with the momentum. They've scored 28 straight points to lead by 11 after trailing by 17. Williams in the shotgun on a big 3rd and 10. Rolls out near side to his right. Floats it. Pass. Intercepted. Dane Hodge has it. And the Penguins force a big turnover. And YSU will have it heading into the fourth quarter. And we have there's markers behind the play.
We have some extracurriculars.
I think we might want to stay here for a second. And I don't know if this was an action that actually was part of the play. My eyes were on Dane Hodge, so now we're going to regroup. And Doug Phillips is out halfway to the hash mark. All right, so here's Williams. He rolls. Karsten Marshall and a couple defend. We don't pass intercepted. That's clear. But let's. All right, officials talking. I'm not sure if this was after the play, because I'll be honest. I was watching the action, so. Wool, and a lot to sort out. It's a big call here. It could keep the drive alive for Southern Illinois.
The result of the play is an interception. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Youngstown State, number 5. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced in the fourth quarter. That is the end of the third quarter.
All right, now we go to break. 35-24, YSU in front. We'll be back to start the final period after these messages on the Penguin Sports Network. Welcome back here. Let's get a look at what we believe, or what was called on the field, interception by Dane Hodge. They're checking that, and oh boy, I did not see that. There's always more to the story today, Kyle. Doesn't matter. So that may be an incomplete pass, but so now Doug Phillips is again in conversation with our crew. So now, and we also are going to get a look at the penalty against YSU that was after the or what we believe was an interception, at least called. Here's Marshall. Penalties against number 5, Karsten Marshall. Yeah, can't do that.
That's a little unnecessary.
After the play, Marshall shoves Williams. That was the personal foul. So it was called an interception on the field. They're reviewing. I have a feeling this is going to be an incomplete pass. We will, but again, I don't know why I provided my thoughts. I am done giving my guess on these, but that appears to be incomplete. I think that's why we're having an extended review process, because we got to go back and reset the chains. Figure out where we need to be here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. It has been a wild back and forth contest today in a game that has crucial playoff implications for both teams. The 21st ranked Youngstown State Penguins come in 5-4, 2-3 in the league, needing a victory to keep playoff hopes alive, and realistically needing to win 3 straight to end the year to likely put themselves in a great spot to make the playoffs. Southern Illinois at 6-3, 3-2 in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. A win today would put them in a great spot with 2 challenging games remaining. It would at least put them in a chance to control their own destiny. This is a long review here. So, got to get it right. That's the most important thing. Getting everything sorted out correctly. But you're right, Kyle. That's one thing you can tell as this game has progressed is the intensity and the level.
After review, the ruling on the field has been overturned to an incomplete pass. Therefore, the dead ball follow counts 15 yards from the previous spot, and Southern Illinois will keep the ball automatic first down.
So there's another play that's been overturned and additional yards given essentially to SIU.
It's I mean, this has been some things I haven't seen in a football game here today. So now Southern Illinois will have possession as the penalty against Karsten Marshall keeps the drive alive, because it was actually an incomplete pass. Because Hodge was unable to secure the interception, it goes to the turf. Incomplete. The penalty, the dead ball penalty against Marshall counts and keeps possession with Southern Illinois, because it would have been 4th down. So, Southern Illinois with new life. Chance to get right back in it as we begin the fourth quarter. DJ Williams, 1st and 10 at the YSU 25. Handoff, Robinson gets by the initial wave and cuts up to the 20-yard line. And a 5 on 1st down for Robinson.
Edward Robinson on the carry. David Hickey on the tackle.
Penguin defense again trying to hold up in the red zone. Leading by 2 scores.
2nd down and 5.
A lot of time left as we are just underway in our fourth quarter. Vincent Davis III in motion. Handoff comes near side to Robinson. Gets behind a block nicely and falls inside the 15-yard line. Robinson with good vision, tackled by Hickey of the Penguins. But it's 1st and 10, just outside the 10 for Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois 1st down.
Hickey and Johannesen on the tackle there, combining for the Penguins. 1st and 10 at the 14. Jay Jones crosses the formation to the far side. Handoff, near side. Robinson, will he get there? No, he's short, knocked down, shy of the goal line.
Similar play call, 3 straight plays. That Nick Hill has seen something that he likes. Rushing to this short side of the field here.
See the center, Finsky, out in front. Howley, the left tackle as well, leading the way for Robinson. And it's now 1st and goal. At the 2-yard line for the Salukis as they look to inch closer here in the fourth quarter, facing an 11-point deficit after once having a 17-point lead. Man comes in motion. Design quarterback run for Williams, and he's stacked up shy of the goal line. Dathan Hickey grabbed him from behind, and he got some help on the front end. Cameron Cunningham, you see there, the number 8, the junior defensive tackle from Kalamazoo, Michigan, helped drive him back as well.
Great stand there, not letting him fall forward. You see that constantly all the time. Guys getting hit at the 2-yard line and just falling forward into the end zone.
Under 13 minutes left to go. Southern Illinois knocking on the door, 2nd and goal at the 2. Play action. Has a man, and it's caught. Touchdown, Salukis. Making the catch for Southern Illinois is Miles Marshall, the junior tight end from Kansas City. Marshall with touchdown catch number 1 this season, and the Salukis can get back with 4 with an extra point. They should go for 2 here, and they will. An extra point would make it 4. You got to go for 2. Really no difference between 4 and 5. Can get you within a field goal if you get this 2-point conversion. If you're Nick Hill and the Salukis. If you're with a dual threat option, dual threat weapon like DJ Williams, there's a wide open playbook here for Nick Hill. Robinson will be the back on the left hip of Williams in the shotgun. McCray far right. Jones comes in motion. They fake it to Jones. Williams rolls, fires, incomplete. Shaheed in coverage against Schwendeman. And with 12:36 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Penguins will hold on to a 5-point edge. 35-30, Penguins leading Southern Illinois in a crucial late season Missouri Valley Football Conference game. We'll be back with more fourth quarter football after this.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
Go with Golf!
Some things don't start with you, they live through you. In my family, the field runs deep. In theirs, it's heating and cooling. Built by fathers, carried by sons. Not just names, but legacies. 70 years of showing up, not to make history, but to honor it.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here.
Okay, nice. But what if...
Covered.
Nice. But what if...
All set.
But what if...
Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense.
Nice.
Ask Ruddy Insurance in the Youngstown area if auto owners make sense for you.
Whether you've set personal goals or are just making your health and well-being a priority, NovaCare is here for you. NovaCare is your trusted physical therapy partner for recovering from aches and pains, gaining strength, and preventing injury. There's no better time to make NovaCare's movement experts part of your healthcare team. To learn more about the benefits of physical therapy and get on the road to recovery and wellness, schedule an appointment today at novacare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
When looking for the best selection of officially licensed Penguins apparel and gifts, make the YSU bookstore your first stop. Located at the corner of 5th and Lincoln Avenues on YSU's campus, the bookstore is open 6 days a week, including game days. You'll find the top brands, and you can go online to ysu.bncollege.com to learn more. ysu.bncollege.com. Gielan sends it away for Southern Illinois after the touchdown. Failed 2-point conversion leaves the Salukis down 5, 35-30, and the Penguins will be back on offense, looking to add to their lead and milk some clock here if they can. But but more importantly, you want to add to your lead here and keep the momentum going as Southern Illinois finally gets back on the board. They led 24-7. The Penguins scored the next 28 points before that touchdown from Southern Illinois brings them back within a score. Brungard and Gilbert. The pistol formation for offensive coordinator Mike Yursich in the YSU offense. McDonald, the tight end, crosses to the near side. Brungard looks to throw on first down. Going to swing it out into the flat to Gilbert, and he couldn't bring it in. I think he had the eyes upfield looking to run before he was able to secure it. And that'll set up 2nd and 10 with 12:30 to go. Bo Brungard today, 20 of 28, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. Also 81 yards rushing and a touchdown. Jaden Gilbert, 7 carries, 140 yards for Gilbert and a touchdown. Career high for Gilbert. He gets it here, bounces off defender's short gain, and Tom Zach got into a little scrap there with Gavin Shepard of Southern Illinois, but everybody gets separated. No problems. 3rd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup by Gilbert on 2nd down. Penguins today, 6 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Brungard will be all alone with 5 receiving options on the 3rd down play. He drops. He looks long. Solomon's out there, makes the catch, and he's brought down at the 25. Huge completion. Brungard to Mike Solomon. On 3rd down, a key connection to send the Penguins into Saluki territory.
Bo's been wanting that one all day. He's come up short a few times on those deep shots.
Mike Solomon, the senior, 6'3", Huntington, Maryland, the transfer from Slippery Rock, where he had 56 catches for almost 800 yards and a team-high 8 touchdowns a year ago. Couple catches today for the Penguins, that the biggest one. 1st and 10 at the 25. Brungard to throw again. Underneath, check down. Ethan Wright gets by a defender, still powering forward up to the 16-yard line. And one thing about Ethan Wright, you're going to have to bring a lunch pail to bring him down. Tough, tough senior running back. And he is able to fight for extra yards and get the Penguins down inside the red zone at the 17. 2nd down and short, full playbook open on 2nd and 2. Clock moving toward 10 and a half to play. Brungard going to take the snap. Read option, keeps it, has room. Nobody's going to tackle him. Touchdown, YSU. Bo Brungard into the end zone for his 5th total touchdown of the day. His 2nd rushing. And the Penguins answer the score from the Salukis with one of their own. Brungard sprints into the red painted area. No chance for the defender on the outside. The speed of Brungard too much. And he continues to will his team forward as he's done all season long.
Yeah, that play design just put the safety one-on-one with the lead blocker and then having to choose which way to go and then find Bo. So I would take Bo on that play 10 out of 10 times.
Bo now 98 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. He's over 300 through the air. Nick Hill's losing his mind on the officials. I mean, he's going nuts on the near sideline. I think both coaches are not thrilled with some of the happenings of today, but we'll leave that alone. 10:25 to go, 4th quarter. Listowka attempts the extra point and converts it. 42-30, Penguins extend the lead. 10:25 to go in Youngstown. We'll be back with more on the Penguin Sports Network. Just Welcome back. 10:25 remains. You look at Nick Hill, who was visibly frustrated with the officiating crew after YSU touchdown run. Bo Brungard from 17 yards out gives YSU a 42-30 advantage. A 5-play, 75-yard drive that took 2:11. And Brungard runs in from 17 yards out. Wilkins with a little sky kick as they send it up to the 31, where it's fair caught by Southern Illinois. So that's where DJ Williams and the Salukis go back to work. And they got a big drive the last time they were on offense to get right back within one score, but Brungard answers for the Penguins. And Southern Illinois will need their star quarterback to be a star for them here in the final 10 1/2.
The way this game has gone, Dre, it's just down 12, 10 1/2 to go. Anything can happen. It's open for the Penguins. It's open for the Salukis to go out and take this game.
Southern Illinois. This the 37th all-time meeting between these two programs in a series that dates back to 1965. First meeting was a 9-7 YSU win. Here comes Williams. Tucks it. Lost his footing on the turf at the 37-yard line. Picked up about 4 or 5 yards on first down. And now Southern Illinois down 12 as the clock approaches 10 minutes. Now there's some urgency for Nick Hill in the offense and DJ Williams to get into the play. Throw out, near side. Caught by McCray. Spun down after a short gain, 3rd down for the Salukis.
Good tackle by DJ Harris there to not let him get any yards after the catch.
DJ Williams started this game 14 for 20. He's now 18 for 33. Has thrown for over 300 yards now and 3 touchdowns. Handoff. Good push up front by the O-line for the Salukis and a nice physical run. Finishing the run with physicality was Chandler Chapman, a junior from Mississippi. The ball into YSU territory now as the clock continues to move toward 9 minutes to play. One player on each hip of Williams in the shotgun on first down. Wanted to go long, now does. Sideline pass off the hands of Chapman and incomplete. Dathan Hickey was there in coverage for YSU. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now under 9 to play.
Looked like the Penguins had a 3-man rush on that play, giving DJ a little bit more time to throw, but then on the flip side of that, you have a few more guys back in coverage. Looked like he had his guy, just hit him in the hands, bounced off.
Williams now will regroup on 2nd and 10. Play action. Pocket collapses. Williams, the big, strong player, gets away from Mike Wells, delivers a strike, but it's off the hands of Jay Jones. Could have been picked. Dane Hodge had a hand in there as well. Falls to the turf, incomplete, and another 3rd and long for the SIU offense.
Mike Wells has been working this second half. He is just so close on so many plays.
Wells, who, as you said, plays that Swiss Army knife for the YSU defense, was a linebacker a year ago. They've moved him into that sort of edge linebacker hybrid role this year, and he has shined. The junior from Newcastle. Leads the team with 4 sacks coming into today. Handoff. They try to catch the Penguins sleeping on 3rd and 10. It's 4-down territory as well. So they're trying to set up a good 4th down play. Robinson runs down to about the 43. Preston Zandier was in on the tackle for the Penguins, amongst others. 4th down. And Southern Illinois, with under 8.5 to go now on a moving 4th quarter clock, they don't have a choice. They have got to go for this. This could be a major point in the football game here. Penguins up 12, a chance to get off the field and get it back, leading by 2 scores. Southern Illinois desperately needing to keep the drive alive. With only 8 minutes remaining, down 2 scores. Williams, pressure comes from the YSU defense, and the throw's in the turf, incomplete. Williams took a big hit from the YSU defensive line as redshirt freshman Nick Bowser from Hubbard, Ohio came flying in. Throw hits the turf short of the intended receiver. The Penguins take it over on downs. How about Bowser, a redshirt freshman, 6 foot 300 pounder. Haven't seen a whole lot, haven't called his name a whole lot this year. And look at the sideline celebrating the young man. The redshirt freshman making a big play to force the turnover. And now YSU can maybe put the finishing touches on what would be a gargantuan win here at home. Brungard will come out, looking to ice it away here at the Ice Castle. Ethan Wright is on the right hip of the junior quarterback. Flash Wilson comes in motion. They fake the pitch to him. Brungard keeps it, goes right into the teeth of the defense for a yard, maybe two. As Southern Illinois stands him up, and we have an injury on the play. They're calling for trainers. That's never a good sign.
Yep. Timeout for an injured player.
McDonald, the
This will be
injured
a full
player, he
media
hops
timeout.
off. We'll take a timeout. 7:50 left to go at Stambaugh Stadium. Penguins holding on to a 40-30 lead over Southern Illinois. Back after this on the Penguin Sports Network. Back here at Stambaugh Stadium, Penguin football 2nd and 9, leading 42-30 over Southern Illinois. Penguins trying to put the finishing touches on a mammoth home win to keep them in playoff contention with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Brungard takes the snap. They hand it to Ethan Wright, who's got room. Great blocking by that O-line who cleared the way. Wright will get all the way to the 48 of Southern Illinois before he's even contacted. And that will move the chains. First down on a great design and good run by Wright, good blocking by that big O-line. And the Penguins are starting to inch closer to this big victory. 42-30 they lead. Clock moves towards 7 minutes as the Penguins look to possess the football. It's an important thing. Brungard in the shotgun. Communicates with the rest of the offense. Play clock at 10. So you want to use a lot of that play clock. Throw it out far side. Luke Hensley, I believe, and the ball's fumbled, but on the spot to make the recovery was Desmil Lee. Wow. Des Lee.
Good awareness. Yeah, that's
biggest play of the year, maybe.
That could have been extremely costly. Right now, you would think the Penguins are in that 4-minute drill mindset. You know, like you said, pull as much time off the clock as possible.
Jeremiah McClendon, the corner from Delray Beach, Florida, who's had a great game for Southern Illinois, who forced the fumble. And Desmil Lee right there, lucky for YSU to drop and get on it. 2nd and 10. Penguins throw. Safe throw underneath in the middle to Flash Wilson. He'll juke and fall down at the 42-yard line, brought down by a couple Salukis. So now 3rd down and about 4 for Youngstown State as the game clock continues to move toward 5.5 to play. And with every first down, things get more, how do we put it, more uphill for Southern Illinois. And a first down here, and it's going to be a very hard climb back for the Salukis. Big play here. Penguins looking to convert an inch closer to this big win on Beatty Field. Brungard going to throw. Floats it out. They go to their most dependable target, Max Tomczak, and it's first down, Youngstown State, and that is a big one. With about 5 to go, and the clock will now move under 5 minutes, and Southern Illinois going to have a difficult time now, down 2 scores with this much time remaining, and the Penguins with a new set of downs.
You got to give it up to Coach Yursich. You know, just staying aggressive, continuing to call plays that got them in this position, not just trying to run the clock out, but, you know, hitting passes down the center of the field, out routes to the sideline.
1st and 10 at the 34. Penguins just look to keep it on the ground. They hand it. Jaden Gilbert, good cut, good yardage. And that's exactly what you're looking for. Positive yards, keep the clock moving here under 4.5 to play if you're a Youngstown State fan. We talked about Southern Illinois coming in. You know, they were the 3rd ranked rush offense in the Missouri Valley behind only North Dakota State and North Dakota. They were averaging over 200 yards rushing coming into today. And the Penguins defensively, big story of the game, limiting them to 163. Still a decent number, but much more contained today. The Penguin defense stepped up big in the 2nd half. Youngstown State, meanwhile, has run for 283 yards today on the Southern Illinois defense, while passing for over 300. That pass was tipped, intended for Wilson on an in-breaking route. Tipped in the air dangerously. It'll fall to the turf to set up 3rd down, but it stops the clock. 3:42 left to go.
Yeah, that fell to the turf harmlessly, but if that was just tipped up a little bit higher, we could see some white jerseys in the opposite end zone here.
That really is the only thing that can change the fortune of the way this game's going for the Salukis, is a quick turnover, a quick score, something that doesn't take much time. So Youngstown State, really, ball security, if you're a Penguin fan, has to be the #1 priority here. 3rd down and 3 from the 27. Ethan Wright is the tailback to the right of Brungard in the backfield. Brungard, they go to the most dependable call in the playbook. Put it in the hands of your dynamic running quarterback who's as tough as nails, and let him get the first down, and he does. First down Penguins, and now starting to slip away for the Salukis here today. The Penguins getting ready to try and improve to 6-4. Southern Illinois, if they fall here today, would fall to 6-4. Both teams would be 3-3 in the Missouri Valley, so still a lot to be determined in the playoff picture in this league over the last few weeks of this season, as we now have 3 minutes to go. Brungard will work that play clock down under 5. Into the middle, Ethan Wright, tackled at the 15. They'll mark him actually back at the 17. And the clock moves toward 2.5 left to go. Bo Brungard today with a new career high, 332 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 25 of 32, 15 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. It gets more impressive every week from number 12 in red, as he will go over 100 yards rushing for the 10th time in 22 starts in his career. Handoff inside to Wright again, inside the 15, short of the first down marker. Third down when we come back. 2 minutes left to go in our ball game. Penguins
This is a 2-minute
looking to put it
timeout.
away on their home court. Home field. 42-30, Penguins in front. We'll be back to close it out on the Penguin Sports Network. Just under 2 minutes remaining at Stambaugh Stadium. The Youngstown State Penguins looking to finish off a big win at home. Brungard throws out, Jaden Gilbert, makes the catch and is out inside the 5. And now one official's marking him out of bounds. One says touchdown. Regardless, I think we're going touchdown. So Youngstown State with 1:51 to go will likely now be able to pull away from Southern Illinois, as it is under 2 minutes, and the Penguins have extended the lead to 48-30, and hopefully be 49 for the Penguins if Listowka can add the extra point. Kyle, what do you think? One more review?
Hey, I think there's plenty of time left to sneak one in.
We should look at it. I think we should look at it, but we're not. We're going to move on. All right, no fun. So Andrew Listowka will add the extra point, attempt to, out of the hold of Kilpatrick as Byron Floyd snaps it back. That kick was blocked and really inconsequential at this point, but Salukis do get in there to block the kick and knock it down. Nothing really, no advancement there after the stoppage, but
looks like it came off of Listowka's foot.
Did
Weird.
It really?
Yeah, no, it didn't. It came out low. I don't think it was necessarily blocked.
Hold looks, no, hold was bad. Okay, Kilpatrick lost control of the hold and it went down, and Listowka just kind of just had to kick it. It was, he had to kick what was there, and he made contact with it. So that makes more sense.
That's because you said the score was 49-30.
I know. It's just, I'm talking about basketball. It's been a long couple days here in Youngstown, Kyle. Long couple days. But the Penguin fans are going to go home happy tonight, more than likely. 48-30, the Penguins in front. And, to really think about it, Kyle, it was 24-7. YSU has outscored Southern Illinois as you get a look at the mood at Stambaugh Stadium after the Penguins' second half performance here today. That is awesome.
That's a vibe right there.
People having some fun here tonight. That's what it's all about. And This was a 24-7 lead for Southern Illinois, and YSU outscored Southern Illinois as a mishandled kickoff there by Vincent Davis, and he corrals it and gets brought down at the 32. But YSU has outscored them, Southern Illinois that is, 41-6 since they were down 24-7. What a response by Doug Phillips and his team to go into the locker room and come out with a different mindset in the second half. Got to give Doug a lot of credit. This program 2 wins away now from likely going to the playoffs for the second time in 3 years.
You know what I would say to that is I think what SIU did coming out was they came out throwing the ball. We totally expected them to run the ball, maybe not play to their identity, and YSU settled down and figured it out, and then Southern Illinois started to have some issues.
Schwendeman on the receiving end. He had a nice day today for Southern Illinois. Schwendeman with his 4th catch of the ball game, over 80 yards receiving, close to 100. As we are at the 140 mark of our 4th quarter, Williams stands in, drops it underneath. On the receiving end was number 24. That's Lem Wash, the senior running back, who's a good receiver for the Salukis out of Wichita, Kansas, who brings it up to the 47-yard line with a minute and a half left to go. Williams protected underneath, looking for Wash again, but that one's behind him and incomplete. Want to take this time as we enter the final minutes of our broadcast here to thank our entire YSU football production crew this season on ESPN Plus and the Penguin Sports Network. Have a great crew every year. Of course, want to thank and give a special shout out to my normal color analyst, Chris Samarone. Chris was unable to call the game today. We wish you the best, Chris. Hope you're feeling better back home, and hope you can get back to watch your alma mater here soon as they head for the playoff push. A special shout out to Chris Samarone, who is my broadcast partner year in, year out. I want to thank Kyle Searle, who jumped in today to fill in for Chris twice this season. Been fun to get to know Kyle and Kurt Hess and the guys with the Youngstown Football Penguin podcast. Frank Stams, want to thank him for jumping on a game earlier this year against South Dakota State. And we also want to thank our great crew behind the scenes. Executive producer Kevin Davis, director Dan McCormick, replay Chris Duran, graphics Jory Benecki, our TOC John Ostapowitz, all of our camera operators Steve Peterson, Maggie Young, Matt Marr, Joe Valani, Will Anderson, Corey Pugh, and of course a lot of the athletics department staff here that help us have as much information as we can for these broadcasts. As always, Youngstown State Director of Athletic Communications Trevor Parks, huge part of making sure we're prepared for these broadcasts, and Rob Schmidt on the broadcasting end. I thank them as well. So a huge thank you to everyone involved with these broadcasts year in, year out. This will be our final production here in-house at Youngstown State. Penguins do have their final home game next week, but that'll be an outside production. So I just want to thank everyone who makes these broadcasts possible. Thank all of our viewers for tuning in each home game. It's a pleasure to bring you Penguin football home games each year from the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite here in the Don Constantini Multimedia Center. We'll get a false start on Southern Illinois here. 49 seconds remain. As Southern Illinois looks to end the game on a positive note. And if you're Southern Illinois, you got to regroup quickly. You got South Dakota coming into Saluki Stadium next week.
False start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still first down. Being under 2 minutes and the clock was running, there was a 10-second runoff. Southern Illinois has elected to take a charged timeout to avoid the runoff.
So we'll have the timeout instead of the runoff. 49 seconds to go, and Williams will now go in the shotgun on 1st and 15 after the penalty against the backup left tackle who's in there, junior left tackle Jimmy Lansing. And Williams will drop on 1st and 15. Floats it out ahead to Lem Wash. Wash gets away from the initial wave of defenders, cuts back nicely and falls to the 2-yard line. Lem Wash had 2 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown last week at Murray State. Shows some ability there, getting down inside the 5, and an injured Penguin with 37 seconds left to go, and that's A.J. Ajaga, the junior defensive end from Grays Lake, Illinois.
Defensive player. There was no 10-second runoff as the clock was stopped for first down.
So Ajaga will be attended to, the junior defensive end who transferred in from Notre Dame College 2 years ago. Redshirted for the Penguins a year ago.
Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 40 seconds. 4-0. Thank you.
So Doug Phillips will go out to check on his junior defensive end. And it's the only thing you don't want to see late in a game like this, lose players to injury when things are all but decided. But for the Penguins, they will now round out the home season next week, senior day against Indiana State. That'll be a noon kick here at Stambaugh Stadium. And then the Penguins will venture to a place that they haven't won in a long time. Since the Clinton administration, they will travel to Northern Iowa. Jim Tressel was the head coach the last time YSU won a game in the Unidome. So Penguins are going to look to exercise some demons out in Cedar Falls, Iowa in a couple weeks. They got to take care of Indiana State next week first, but on the 22nd, they'll round out the regular season 2 o'clock Eastern at UNI. As we mentioned, Southern Illinois will be at home next week for a huge game against South Dakota. Southern Illinois came into this contest in a 3-way tie for 4th in the Missouri Valley Football Conference standings at 3-2 in the league. You have North Dakota State atop the conference at 6-0, undefeated 9-0 overall. North Dakota at 4-1 in the league coming into today. South Dakota at 4-2. Those 3 teams feel pretty good about where they're at. South Dakota State 3-2 in the league, 7-2 overall though. You got to think they're still in good position. So that's where it comes down to the Illinois State, Southern Illinois, Youngstown State group. That's why this game was so big today. These teams are going to be in that mix as, you know, maybe one of the final teams from the Valley in a bubble type situation with the committee. So this win here today was vital for both teams. And Southern Illinois going to have to regroup quickly with South Dakota coming in next week. South Dakota came into this week 4-2 in the league. Yeah. Williams still in there. Hand off to Lem Wash, and he'll walk into the end zone as the Penguins don't really mind that with 35 seconds left, just trying to get to the locker room at this point in a game that has lasted almost 3 hours and 40 minutes. 35 seconds remain after the touchdown by Wash. The Penguins, meanwhile, came in just below that 3-way tie at 3-2 in the league at 2-3, and that's why there's just no margin for error for the Penguins. Doug Phillips said it on Monday night at his weekly coaches radio show. The playoffs start here today against Southern Illinois. That message was received by his squad. Williams, end zone 2-point conversion good as they go to the back corner for Schwendeman, who continues to have a nice day individually. So that makes it 48-38, Youngstown State, 35 seconds to go. And now you're likely going to see an onside kick from Southern Illinois as they try and keep some last gasp hopes alive here in the final minute. Southern Illinois, if you look at their numbers this year, they have converted an onside kick. They're 1 for 1 on the season. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if it'll be Paul Gielen, their normal kickoff specialist, or if they have a different kicker who handles the onside kick. See what the strategy is for the special teams crew in Southern Illinois.
Gielen is certainly out there.
Yep, it'll be Gielen. He is a talented kicker and punter who spent 2 years at William Jewell College. Was a standout there before transferring to Southern Illinois. The hands crew will be out there for Youngstown State to try and secure the football, take a knee, and get to 6-4 on the 2025 season with 2 games remaining in the regular season. So Gielen will tee it up at the 35-yard line. There'll be players on each side of him. Sometimes they try and do the misdirection where he fakes like he's kicking one way and comes back the other. So here he comes. Straight on. Gets the bounce he wants, but it goes right to Max Tomczak. That's why you put your best receivers and hands out there, and Tomczak with no problem goes up to get it, secures it, and that will send the Penguins to victory with 34 seconds left, more than likely. Bo Brungard will come out to get in the best formation if you're a football coach. Victory, Formation with 34 seconds to go. You'll think that's what we'll see. Southern Illinois with one timeout remaining, but I think Nick Hill understands where this one stands with 34 seconds to go. So Brungard will get under center to take a knee. There's the knee from the junior quarterback, Bo Brungard. And Southern Illinois will not use their timeout. That will send us to a YSU victory here today in a key Missouri Valley Football Conference game. The Penguins defeat Southern Illinois. Final thoughts, Kyle? Great to have you back today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me back. It's always a blast to be in here, just talking football with you guys. Hey, Penguins handled their business. I mean, it started a little slow, but like you said, a lot of unanswered points in the second half.
24-7, Southern Illinois led in the first half. They led 24-14 at the break, and the Penguins come out and score 28 straight points to regain the lead and go to victory here today. The Penguins improved to 6-4 overall. They're now 3-3 in Missouri Valley Football Conference play, while Southern Illinois falls to 6-4 overall and 3-3 in the Valley. Penguins now back home next week to host Indiana State, while Southern Illinois back home to host South Dakota. That'll do it from the Hively Family Television Broadcast Suite here at Stan Boss Stadium. For Kyle Searle and our entire crew here in Youngstown, I'm Dre Smith, saying so long from the Ice Castle, Stan Boss Stadium, where the final score is Youngstown State 48, Southern Illinois 38. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Thanks for being with us today, everyone, and have a great rest of your weekend.